Okay, there we go. Hell yeah. Sorry for the delay, folks. As always, everything is all fucked up. I had to switch goddamn computers to get it to work, so I'm hoping it's working now. Let's go ahead and kick the show off. Open that up. All right. Let's fucking do it. Okay, I don't hear no fucking audio. That's not good. God damn it. Why is nothing working all of a sudden? All right. Fuck yes. I think I got it, folks. I think I got it. It's all happening. It's all goddamn happening on the greatest show on earth. Are you ready for it? You've only waited 15 minutes. Let's fucking do it. Wobbity wobble! Wobbity wobble! Wobbity wobble, motherfuckers! Everybody, worth the goddamn wait. It's the greatest show in the history of mankind. It's the Dusty Smith Show, and fuck yeah, I'm psyched up, motherfuckers. But having technical difficulties, that's fine. It's fine, because today has been a great fucking day. Yesterday was one of the worst fucking days of my life, and today is amazing. I'm all hopped up on energy drinks again, ready to do this shit. Thank you for bearing with me and joining me. Fuck yeah, motherfuckers! As always, have a great show for you guys tonight. Happy to be back on YouTube for full fucking shows. The next show gonna go much more smoothly. What I was trying to do was I was trying to multi-stream on my new computer to Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. It wouldn't fucking work, so I had to switch my microphone and my video camera back over to the other fucking computer. Wasn't working. Took a while to work it out. But hey, we got it done, and that's what counts. Better late than never. And as always, 10 cats running around, which is why this is the greatest show ever. Never know what the fuck's gonna happen. And how the fuck's everybody doing out there? I missed you, and I love all of you guys. Man, been a trying time, so let's go ahead and jump in and tell you what the fuck's been going on. So, basically, I had a bunch of strikes on my fucking account, right? People have been false flagging my show. So, you know how I do like 100 different topics of show, and so right-wingers who don't actually give a shit about freedom of speech, they're just full of fuck. They go through and they flag everything, and then YouTube don't know what the fuck's going on. They go look at these little out of context clips or whatever, and YouTube is like subcontracting the work to Indian stuff, and the Indian folks don't give a fuck about me. Don't blame them. Why would you? So eventually they find a reason to strike my account, and so I had 2 strikes. If you get 3 strikes, you're out. They delete your whole YouTube account. And, I was like, hey, you know what? I don't want my entire YouTube account deleted. That seems bad. Been doing this for 14 years. Got some amazing stuff on there that I think should stay on there. It's basically my legacy. After I'm dead and gone, which is never going to happen because I'm never going to die. Fuck all y'all. After I'm dead and gone, my videos are all that's going to be left behind. I'm like, I don't want my channel to be deleted. So I'm like, hey, I got a mind on me. More of these to pretty face. What I'm going to do is I'm going to private every video on my entire account until one of my strikes expires. They expire every 90 days. And it was like 2 months. And then I'm going to do patron-only shows for 2 months. And I'll be safe, right? No way they can destroy my account. No way they can false flag me. Amazing logic. So, finally, yesterday, the 24th, was the day my second strike expired. So I was like, yes, that's going to be my big re-debut on YouTube. I'm going to have to build my whole channel back up, but that's fine. At least it did not get deleted. That's the only thing that matters. Play it safe, Dusty. You know, that's the smart thing to do. So then, yesterday, I get the show together. I'm all excited about doing it. I'm hyped up. And I re-enable all my videos, set them back to public. And so then I'm getting my show together. And 10 minutes, YouTube deletes my entire fucking channel. Look at this shit. Talking about balls in my fucking throat. That ain't it. Talking about balls in my throat. Look at this shit. I get this email. Hi, Cult of Dusty. We have reviewed your content and found several or repeated violations of our community. Because of this, we have removed your channel from YouTube. We have permanently removed your channel from YouTube. And I'm like, no, I was so careful. I did fucking everything. What the fuck, YouTube? And like, folks, I was crying. I know, shocker. Dusty doesn't cry ever. I was fucking crying, y'all. Because like, I thought it was gone forever, to be honest with you. Because my experience with YouTube is that they don't give a shit about me and the Indian folks. I love Indian folks. Don't get me wrong. Love me some Indian folks. But they don't give a shit about me. They're not going to help me. Gonna be gone forever. Because every time I try to get them to help me, they're basically like, nah, fuck off. So I'm like, okay, it's gone forever. So did me like this sad ass live stream last night on Twitch where I fucking cried. I can't believe they took my channel from me. And I was lashing out at everybody. You know whose fault it is? It's Hassan Abbey. Hassan Abbey didn't fucking have my back. Vosh didn't have my back. All the fucking lefty people, no one had my back. I'm all fucking alone over here just crying my balls off, sad as shit. It was depressing if you watched it, y'all. And then I was like, I just want to fucking get drunk. I just want to go get me some box wine, drink the whole big fucking box of wine myself, and just cry myself to sleep. And fuck this. My whole life's over. My YouTube channel's gone. And started thinking about my legacy, like my whole Bible series. Remember my whole Bible series? That was fucking amazing. All of it. All of my atheist stuff gone. And I was like, fuck. So, but you know what I did, folks? You know what I did? Instead of getting drunk, I was like, no. Fuck this. Because if I get drunk, all I'm going to do is I'm not going to want to do a show tomorrow. Even though I'm banned on YouTube, you can still do a show on Patreon, Dusty. You can still do a show on Twitch. You don't have to let these motherfuckers get you down, Dusty. Don't do that. Because what's the alternative? You're just going to fucking quit forever? Would you cats please, I'm begging you, please quit fucking knocking my goddamn thing off the center, because I'm about to go nuts here a little bit. Anyway, so instead of getting drunk and crying myself to sleep, I was like, no, fuck that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go get me a pizza because I hadn't had any carbs in like 6 months, okay? Starved for carbs. I was like, fuck this. Instead of beer, pizza. Went and got me a pineapple pizza. Pineapple pizza, good. Fuck all y'all, first of all, you judgmental motherfuckers. Went and got me a pineapple pizza, ate that shit, and then I went to sleep. Took my ass to sleep, got 10 delicious hours of fucking sleep. Then I woke up and I was like, fuck yeah, we gonna do this shit. I'm going to do a show on Twitch. I'm going to do a show on Patreon. I'm going to build this motherfucker back up. And so I got this show together tonight. And then right before I went on there, apparently, they put my fucking channel back up. They actually listened to me. And I want to thank everybody who bombarded Team YouTube on Twitter. I don't know if that helped, but it couldn't have fucking hurt. So finally got it back up and running. And I have to say this, but it's only temporary. They're eventually going to strike me again, and I'm going to take the whole thing down again. We're going to be doing this forever. It's terrible. The whole system's fucking bad, but at least I'm back with you motherfuckers today. And also, I almost feel kind of bad because I had some people that had my back. Like, here's the message that people were getting when they were trying to go to my channel. It said that they banned me for hate speech. Yep, here it is. This account has been terminated due to multiple and severe violations of YouTube's policy preventing hate speech. Me. Now, maybe there was once upon a time that I might have been accused of doing hate speech, but it ain't fucking now. I'm fucking milk toast as shit. Woke, they call me. I'm woke as shit now, folks. Even though I don't believe in that term. I'm woke, right? I don't do hate speech. What you talking about, YouTube? But like I said, I feel bad because, like Xanderhall, remember Xanderhall, who I haven't been like real friendly with because of that debate we had? He had my back on Twitter, and you know who else had my fucking back? Cal Kalinske! Fucking Cal Kalinske had my back. And man, I've been calling Cal Kalinske a weasel for like 2 years now. Other people have picked up my weasel comment, and they've been calling him a weasel fucking too, right? And he had my back, man. And I gotta stop being such a dickhead, to be honest with you, because there's gonna be times where I'm gonna need other people. We're gonna need a community to fight back against the right-wing shitheads who pretty much run social media now. So I really gotta start being more kind to people and not being such a fucking prick. So we're gonna work on that, folks. I'm gonna work on being a nicer, more friendly Dusty. Also, thank you to the Amazing Atheist who got my back. He sent me a message. He's like, what can I do? Amazing Atheist! One of my biggest opponents over the last 5 or 6 years had my back. So thank you guys, and thank every one of you who went to bat for me. I very much appreciate it. And we're back! So hell yeah. Don't burn bridges, Dusty. I know, but like it's hard because I want to talk shit on everybody. I talk shit about myself too. So I'm not immune from the shit talk. But yeah, folks, I do got to be nicer because you definitely need other people to help you out. And all right, let's go ahead and start the show. We're only 30 minutes late. What you gonna do? It's all good. And I'm gonna have to build the show back up because we lost a whole lot of our audience being gone for 2 months. But it's fine. I'll build it back up, folks. You know me. It'll take a little bit of time, but it's the greatest show on earth. So like, what are people gonna do? Not watch it? Of course they will. And anyway, let's go ahead and kick off the show, folks. As always, gonna read all the super chats at halftime. Fuck yes, we are. So prepare yourself for that. Why is this? I don't know. This is way fucking behind. I ain't gonna worry about it. What's TJ's Twitter? Amazing Atheist. I think that's his Twitter. So, before we go to the show, what do you dirty, sexy porks have to say? I'm going to read all the super chats at halftime, so get your super chats in. Immortalize yourself forever and ever and ever, because if history has taught us anything, it's that my videos will be on YouTube for all time. That's right, I said it. So immortalize yourself on YouTube forever by super chatting me. Do it, support the show, all of the things. Overtime guaranteed. Hell yeah, you know it. Happy you're back. I'm happy to be back. Man, Vimeo sucks. Like, I've been trying hard to figure out anything I can do to keep the show going. Been doing it on Patreon, but good Lord, Vimeo sucks. So, glad to be back. Hopefully, it will be for a while. What's up, E? Gotta read your super chats at halftime. Back up your content now. All right, like, all my videos before 3 years ago are already backed up on Vimeo. But for the last 3 years, all these live streams I've done have not been backed up yet, so we got to worry about that. Are you going to see the movie Megan? I started watching that last night, and then I was like, this is just like a bitch Chucky. And I don't mean that like in a sexist way. I mean it because like she's a girl. Anyway, didn't get into it. Is it worth watching? We'll talk about that at the end of the show. Let's go ahead and kick off the show, folks. Got to get it going. Open your hymnals to page 1. Let's rock some religious bullshit. Religious bullshit, religious bullshit, religious motherfucking bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. Everybody, it's time for religious bullshit. Hell yeah, it is. And starting off great, folks, it's Blobfish. I know you people have missed Blobfish so much, and I think we can all agree that wow, which is pretty much the only thing Blobfish says. And folks, did you know that God sometimes interferes in NFL games? He makes the players run a little faster or slower, score a touchdown here and there, so that he can send us secret messages that we have to decipher because of the game scores. It's probably true, I guess. I mean, Johnny Inlaw gonna explain it to us, so let's have a listen.
Saturday, the 2 number 1 seeds, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs, played their games. And let's see if I can. All right. There. So
you get it a little bit closer if you can.
Wow, get it closer.
Tell me if
20, there you go. That's pretty good.
Got it. We see it, dude.
All right. So now I can't see. I'll tell you
Keep
what.
it like that for a while, Emily, so you can see those numbers. Just
keep
stay
it. This is
there.
very
Well,
important.
the scores were the Chiefs 27-20 over the Jaguars, and the Eagles 38-7 over the Giants. And if you go to this to the left there, the total score between the Chiefs and the Eagles winning was 65. That number again.
Definitely.
And then if you go to the next column and you do 20 minus 7, because the other ones, they're the winners, so you do plus. And on the losers, you minus.
Oh, that makes sense.
It comes out to 13.
Okay.
And so the Psalm 65 has 13 verses.
Oh, okay.
And I had pointed it out last time that we were drawing attention to the fact that it was that specific Psalm, because there's 2 65s in the
You
scripture.
did say that, yeah.
There's Isaiah 65 and there's Psalm 65.
There's 2
But Psalm 65 has the 13 verses. It's the only one that has. And we had Stetson Bennett was the MVP of that game, and he is number 13. So that confirmed the 13. So through another game, the Lord highlights the number 65 and the fact that it has 13 verses.
Totally. It's just logic, folks. See, God interfered in this game so we could figure this shit out, right? So you got to add the winning teams and you got to subtract the losing teams, clearly, so that you can decipher, kind of like the fucking Da Vinci Code. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, don't Christians always tell us that the reason rapes exist and child molestation and murders exist and God doesn't stop them is because he can't interfere in our free will? Remember that? Well, sometimes he can when it's really fucking important, like, football games. He can make the players play better or worse. It just makes sense. Oh, ye of little fucking faith. Proof, once again, from the best and brightest minds among us. And then, hey, preacher, Jonathan Shelley is back to destroy Christianity some more, and I am goddamn here for it. Here he explains why he is not going to get a colonoscopy and go to the hospital because the Bible hasn't told him he's sick. And also, gay people love coffee enemas. I'm pretty sure that's true, right?
That's my medical advice, is the Bible. I just say, hey, what does the Bible say? Oh, I'm not sick? Then I'm definitely not going to the doctor.
That's right.
Prostate exam, not going to happen.
Good.
If I have a problem in my prostate, then we can talk.
Yeah, how you going to know?
I don't want to ask you to check that.
It's fun.
Okay? That's weird. And how do you not know that the constant checking of that isn't going to cause the problem in the future? That they're the actual cause of that problem.
That's not how that works.
That is a one-way exit.
I mean,
Okay?
for some people.
Coffee enemas? Are you a fag? I mean,
Sometimes.
seriously, if you look it up, throughout history, there's only been like 2 groups of people that ever do that.
What was the
and
second one?
The biggest group is homosexuals who do those weird enema things. It's like, I'm afraid of you.
I'm sure you
like,
are.
that is weird.
You are a homophobe, which means you are afraid of gay people. So, no shit, you're afraid of gay people. But, dude, get your colon. Or don't actually get your colon checked because you'll just die of colon cancer. And I'll be so sad. And then more from Hate Preacher, Jonathan Shelley. This time he wants you guys to know that he's never, ever going to call trans people by their preferred genders. Let's let him explain it.
I mean, J.D. Greer, the president of the Southern Baptist Convention, the former president, is literally saying that Christians should call transvestites by their preferred pronouns.
Good.
I'll tell it to go to hell. That's what I'll tell it. That's the pronoun I'll use for it.
All right.
It's an it. It's not even a she or him. You know, according to John Chrysostom, it's not a woman because that would be degrading to women.
Okay.
It's not a dog because that would be degrading to dog. It's worse than all beasts.
Even mosquitoes?
It's just so degraded. He'd rather go to hell than ever be a fag for 1 second.
You'd rather go to hell than to be gay for 1 second, dude. So let me get this straight. You would rather burn, be tortured, in never-ending fire for eternity than to let a dude suck your dick. I'm just saying, dude, you chose poorly. Let a dude blow you. Come on. You might like it. Just said, at least before hell, you know. That seems bad. And then all the religious bullshit rolling right along. Tight Shirt Kid Christmas is back, folks. And he's got a very important message from God. Apparently, God is not going to let a plague ravage mankind ever again. Gotta be true.
While you're standing, this is something I heard the Lord speak to me recently. He said coronavirus was meant to bury the church.
It
And
failed.
God said what they did was they planted it.
Who? Who's they? Why did God let that happen?
The Lord says there will never be another plague.
Yeah, God says a lot of things.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah! How about the thing I just made up?
God said, I will not allow another plague to hit the church.
Well, why did he allow it
like
the first time then?
coronavirus did, as long as the church is in the earth.
All right, well, we just got to destroy the church. And then
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. So there you heard it, folks. Never, not one ever, plague gonna hit the world. But of course, when it does happen again, they'll just make up some other excuse. No, God said it wasn't gonna be a plague in the spirit realm or something. Just don't think about it. They'll move the goalpost. That's how it all works. And next up, from the crowd who hates indoctrinating children, comes a young grifter.
You have to understand, without the anointing, you're a motivational speaker.
That's what
But
you
with the anointing, you're a preacher that changes people's lives. Without the anointing, you're a singer with a talent. But with the anointing, you're a worshiper that pleases God's heart. Without the anointing, you have a title of a father. But with the anointing, you're a dad that makes a difference in the life of your kids. Without the anointing, we just preach information. But with the anointing, we release revelation, importation,
My jacket's cooler, kid.
Amen?
Your boots are stupid.
You
Why are you
have to
tucking your pants into your fucking boots, kid? Who you get your fashion advice from? And it's sad because the kid's a good speaker, but it's all nonsense. The anointing doesn't exist. It's just bullshit you made up to pretend like you have some kind of superpowers, but you don't. You just been taught to parrot whatever your parents say. Yeah, that's grooming. Okay, groomers. And folks, I apologize for this next clip, but I saw it. And now you do too. You know who the greatest comedian in the world is? Not Jim Brewer. In fact, I sometimes think of myself as a comic because I try to tell jokes, right? Occasionally. I throw a joke into the show, but this dude makes me never want to tell jokes again. This is the death of comedy. So apparently at some Christian revival, I guess it was Greg Locke. No, Greg Locke, don't give a damn about no Joe Biden. Anyway, he had some kind of reawakening service, and he invited Jim Brewer to give a comedy skit, because, you know, at church, it's pretty much just a performance, right? It's theater. So it makes perfect sense in the modern church to have comedians stand up and give a little set, you know? So, holy shit. This is so depressing. Not just because of how unfunny and embarrassing this is, but by how much the audience is laughing. Which makes me never want to tell a joke again, because people laugh at anything, clearly. Why even fucking bother when you don't actually have to be funny to get laughs? Let's have a look.
I still have my in-laws. My in-laws are like, we gotta get our flu shot, then a booster, then another booster. And I'll say, you know, people are starting to die. Where'd you hear that? What are you, one of those conspiracy theorists? What are you, a cult member?
I mean, yes.
Extremist, one of them?
You are, though. I mean, yes. So your in-laws are logical and reasonable and are just telling you the truth about yourself? That's not funny. That's just the truth.
NFL.
Meanwhile, in the NFL, no one ever gets injured or hurt in the NFL. Woo, yeah! I mean, it's a circus tent. I guess you should expect some clowns. That's kind of funny, really? Are you serious? I can't believe you're being serious right now.
Crazy conspiracy theorist.
What is funny about any of that? That was literally like the lamest shit. If you think that's funny, no offense, but good God, dude. Watch more comedy, like literally anything. Like watch autopsy videos. That would be funnier than that. Just cringe as shit. And then, gotta cover it, folks. 46 men, including a high school football coach and a youth pastor, were arrested during a multi-agency operation targeting sex trafficking in North Texas. Not a single drag queen amongst them. Where you at, Q? Where you at, Shoe? Where you at, Proud Boys? Where the goddamn are any of you at? This is an even a different principal. Christian school principal indicted on 11 new child sex charges in McMinn County. Basically, they're inviting little girls over their house and molesting them. Their parents just give them over to these people. Because why wouldn't you? Once again, showing you everybody protesting Drag Queen Story Hour, everyone calling LGBTQ people groomers. They don't actually care. It is only thinly veiled bigotry. That's all it is. Otherwise, they'd be burning the fucking churches down. Do not burn churches down. I'm not saying you should do that. Don't baby you two. I'm just saying if they were serious, that's what they'd be doing. Hypocrites. Every goddamn last one of them. But this is the kind of thing they're worried about, folks. They're not worried about all the kids getting molested by the preachers continuously, by the Christian school principals. That's no problem. The real problem is you shouldn't allow your children to go to school with other children if they have gay parents, because that kid might actually be a good role model and teach your kids that there's nothing wrong with having gay parents. And you can't have that. So let's just be a bigot to your other children, because that's what pieces of shit they are.
If I were running the school, I would not allow that student to come into the school that is from a same-sex household. Personally, that's what I would do. And I would not allow a student to stay there. And I know other people may have other views on that, because on the one hand, you want to be able to have your ministry as something that's transformative. But look, my view is that whether it's certainly K through 8, these kids are not, you and I might be able to engage in this cultural war and battle and be biblically grounded, but these kids are not prepared for that. And it is a real disservice to put these kids in the situation, particularly in a Christian school that ought to be a safe environment for them, where they can become very confused, and what they experience at that level can be life-changing for the rest of their lives. That's like putting kids in a viper pit. They're not ready for that. Christians not being grounded in doctrine, no matter how the winds blow, but being changed by personal experiences is a problem. In fact, that is the reason why this...
having personal experiences that show you the Bible is bullshit is the problem. So you just got to keep yourself from having personal experiences that show you the truth of the world and just keep believing the ancient bullshit. You've been brainwashed.
Respect for Marriage Act passed in the United States Senate. All of those people that voted for it, they were on record that they were in favor of marriage as a union of a man and woman. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they change?
Because they had relatives that were gay, and then when it happens to you, you realize you're just been a fucking bigot this whole goddamn time, and unconditional love kicks in, and you love your relative regardless of the bullshit assholes like you have fed you.
We know from some of their staffers, well, they changed because either someone in their family or people that they know, they found out are homosexual or in same-sex relationships.
Good.
So they couldn't bring themselves to vote for the right thing that they knew what they're supposed to do. But they didn't do it because of personal experiences.
Yes, that's a good thing.
And so be very cautious in protecting those children and do what you need to do to protect them.
That's right. Keep them from having any information you don't want them to have, but also indoctrination is horrible. Indoctrinate them constantly, but don't let anybody else indoctrinate them. And then the Church of England apologized Friday for its past treatment of LGBTQ people, but then they said they're pretty much going to keep doing the same thing. They're going to continue its practice of not allowing same-sex marriage. So we're really sorry for the shit we're going to continue doing. That's not a fucking apology. You know, when you're sorry about something, you quit doing it, and then you change your fucking behavior. And if you keep doing it, you're not goddamn sorry. We see right through that trash. And then, imagine being so pathetic that you can't trust you or your fellow man to be in the same presence as a woman who doesn't have their face covered. And then take that a step forward and imagine you and all your fellow men who surround you are so pathetic that you can't even stand to see the face of a mannequin. Even when it's not a real woman, you still have no self-control whatsoever. Well, that's what it's like over in Afghanistan, where they just passed a law that all mannequins' faces must be covered or else their heads removed. Yeah. If I was a man, I would be so insulted that these people think you're so pathetic, so sad, lack so much self-control, that you couldn't possibly control yourself if a woman was around whose face you could see. What is wrong with you people? 10, there's the Alex Jones one. 10 full over the face. So, super cool religion, and unfortunately, coming to America soon. If the redneck Taliban has their way, and they're just trying to tell you exactly what they want to do. Here's a white nationalist, Tyler Russell, from the America First crowd, talking about how they want to make a devil worship illegal once they have a theocracy.
You know, if we have a real Christian government in power, a real America First Christian government, we can make devil worshiping illegal. And people, you know, you'll get these libertarians, the same Redditors who will go up to this SatanCon 2023 thing. You'll get these same people saying, oh, but what about liberty? And we need to be a free country. And even if I disagree with you, that you should still be able to do it.
Yeah, what about liberty and freedom of speech? You fucking assholes. Can't believe you want a free society, commies.
How about no? How about if you worship Satan, you go to jail? How about if you promote the devil, you go to jail? How about that?
And this is the freedom of speech crowd, folks. These are the ones continuously telling us that Elon Musk is the hero of the world who bought Twitter because he's trying to save us, save freedom of speech. But nope, it's all bullshit. They don't give a damn about freedom of speech. Right before I went on outside this one, folks, so I had to share it with you. Hey, you know how Christians are always telling us that God don't make no junk and that we should just accept ourselves for how God made us and not try to change us because God is perfect and he made us in his image. You stupid motherfuckers! You still need makeup.
Christian girl makeup. Concealer, because Jesus sees me without blemish and without spot. Bronzer, because he washed me white as snow and I need a tan. Mascara, because I have to lift my eyes unto the hills. I've got a log in my eye. Eyeshadow, because I ain't about to be looking like I'm walking through the valley of the shadow of death. Lip gloss, because the Bible says that I'm supposed to speak life and I've got to accentuate that. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, sis. Christian girl.
If you're so fearfully and wonderfully made, why you trying to change how God made you? Start to think it's not that wonderful, at least in your own eyes, ladies. And somehow they need even more makeup. I don't even know. Cake it on! And one more, folks. Folks, if you're like me, when you see Jesus's ripped abs, the first thing that comes to your mind is, holy shit, I want to fuck that dude. In fact, if there's the one thing we know about Jesus, is that he was well hung. And I'm not the only one noticing. Let's have a look.
Do me like Jesus. 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 Oh, do me like Jesus. 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 He's my friend.
Special friend with benefits.
Do me like Jesus.
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 He's my friend.
Friend with benefits.
Do me like Jesus.
In the beautiful.
Do me like Jesus.
I would suck Jesus dick down.
Do me like Jesus.
Fucking right in his hole in his side.
He's my friend.
I would hope him. Friend with benefits.
I need some praisers.
Hell yeah, I'm into it. Finally, a church I can get on board with, and that is my religious bullshit. For this very special episode of The Dusty Smith Show, let's see what you got to say, dirty, sexy pores. I missed you. Mullet abuse, hey. It's business in the front, party in the back. That was a pretty bad song. Psh, so bad it's good. Well hung. I hope they used 3 nails. 9-inch nails. You know, that's where Trent Reznor got the name from. True story. Look it up. Dude has T-Rex on him. Can't even wipe his ass. I bet you. Has to have help with that. Gross. Do me like donuts. Don't give him any ideas. Awful. Just awful. I agree. But also fun for the whole family. I enjoyed that. And move right along, folks. Let's do some Trash World, shall we? The Trash World, it's a dumpster fire and it's hellish. The Trash World, everything sucks all of the time. Trash World, and first off, on tonight, Trash World, warning. So this guy lived, but the police shot him multiple times. So if you don't want to see that, don't watch this. So apparently, he just laying in his bed like we all do sometimes, and then the cops come and they're like, hey motherfucker, come out here. And he's like, what the fuck is this shit? So he walks to the door, does everything they tell him to do, and of course, as soon as they see him, they shoot at him. This is basically an attempted execution. Let's have a look.
What is going on?
Yeah, you about to get shot, dude. That's what's going on.
The fuck is that fucking thing? I don't know. What's that?
Come outside, Jason. Step outside.
Don't go outside, Jason. Don't listen to him. It's a setup. Run, Jason. Run.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? Don't open the door, Jason. They just want to talk to you, Jason. You'll be perfectly fine, dude. And then, yeah. What the? Yeah, what?
What did you? Okay,
Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah.
I'm shot.
Yeah,
What
they get
the
shot.
hell?
Yeah, what the hell?
I'm shot.
Yeah,
He's shot. What the hell did you do?
He can't! You shot him! He tried that! I wouldn't be going out there if I were you, lady. They just shot him. Yeah, I'm shot. They know they shot you. They perfectly aware you're shot, dude. They the one that did it. Stop resisting, dude. Psh, what was you thinking? Come out there with your hands up like they told you to. Just asking for it.
I don't have a gun. I don't have a gun. I didn't have a gun.
Yep.
I didn't have a gun.
You got bullets,
I
though.
didn't have a gun. I didn't have one. I had to.
Turkey police, right here now, yourself. Turkey police, am I here now, yourself?
Please, you have me a message.
Yes, they're on their way.
Yeah, don't help him or anything after you shot him. Why would you help him?
Take my chest.
Okay, the ambulance is on its way.
I have no gun.
Hey, master, hold on. Hey, start working on him. God damn it.
Yeah, goddamn. Yeah, it's almost like you guys are bloodthirsty assholes who just want an excuse to murder somebody. Goddamn indeed. And warning, once again, more police brutality. ACAB, for those of you who have customized emojis. I haven't seen any. Do they still exist? I assume my customized emojis still exist, but I haven't seen you guys spam ACAB. Did they take my customized emojis away? I'm going to be so sad if they did. Let's see. I don't see any customized emojis anymore. Are they all gone? There we go. Thank you, Astronaut. Astronaut had my back. And I think I showed you guys this clip before, but apparently they are just now indicting 2 of the officers, which is odd because there's 3 of them. In Arkansas, they've been charged with federal civil rights offenses for this. Stop resisting! Stop resisting! This guy thinks he's in the UFC. Gonna knee you in the back while you're just laying there. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, oh, let's knee in the face while you're down. Yeah, let's pick up your head and shove it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, stop resisting as we slam your head in the concrete. Stop trying to protect yourself from death as we attempt to kill you. Yeah, back the fuck up. You're way over there in your car. Back the fuck up. We're in fear for our lives as we're sitting over here trying to murder this dude. So yeah, under the jail with these motherfuckers. You can't reform this. Abolish the current police system. And then here's some footage that happened in upstate New York, where these people went to this lady's house and they stole $6,000 from her. And you can see them say, hey, we can just split the money. And then the girl police officer writes something on her phone and shows it to the guy before deleting it. They're totally conspiring to rob this lady they just busted. Looking around.
We can share the money.
We can share the money. Yeah. As long as enough money to go around. They didn't realize the camera was on behind them. So busted. That's what they do, folks. You're much, much, much more likely to be a criminal if you're a cop. We're literally run by these thieving son of bitches. They believe they're the God man and they can kill you for anything, basically. Simple disrespect. It don't matter. And let's move on. Speaking of a trash world, folks, 3 weeks, 39 mass shootings in the United States. Now, a mass shooting apparently is when 4 or more people get shot in a single instance. 39 in 3 weeks. For those of you in other countries, yes, we are not a serious people. No, we don't care about our citizens at all. We love guns more than people. And the worst one was this fellow who shot up his workplace over in Half Moon Bay, killed 7 people. I guess he was having problems with his fellow employees, and he's like, hey, why don't I just murder them all? And one giant hero arose from this situation. I can't believe I'm sharing a video from I Am Mouse Chong and not making fun of it. But I actually agree, for once, with I Am Mouse Wrong. Brandon Say is a hero. He fought the Monterey Park shooter and disarmed him. I don't know if you guys seen this video, but this is a hero right here, folks. And if you're like me, and you're watching this for the first time,
a man wrestling a gun away from the Monterey Park shooter.
You might be thinking to yourself, why is the shooter not shooting this guy as he tries to wrestle the gun away? That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, he could just shoot the guy. He could just shoot the guy. Why is the killer not shooting the guy? Well, the reason is because this guy with the gun is actually the hero. He's already taken the gun away from the guy. That makes a lot more sense. And he's like deciding not to kill the guy with his own gun. Better than I would have done. Had some self-control there, but what a hero. Saved probably countless lives. And just basically thwarting the guy away with the finger. Get the fuck out of here. And he slaps at him.
A man wrestling a gun away from the Monterey Park.
Just crazy, crazy world we live in. And that on the trash world. Yeah, I'd be opening fire. I know, right? I mean, if he took the gun away from you, you know he's going to kill you with it. You don't want to take any fucking chances. But of course, the CHUDs had to spin this and substitute reality with their own. Even though this was all over the news, this is all anybody has been talking about. The 39 mass shootings, including this guy, which I've seen everywhere. Donald Trump Jr., you think you'd hear a lot more about the mass shooting of 10 people in California. But don't worry, you won't hear anything about it because it wasn't done by a white conservative man with an assault rifle. Doesn't work for the narrative, so it basically never happened. I mean, it did happen with the automatic rifle, didn't it? And I heard plenty about it, but always got to play the victim. Always got to pretend like shit ain't the way it is. Par for the course. And did you guys hear about Justin Roiland? Is that how you pronounce his name? You know, the Rick and Morty guy? Oh, shucks, Rick. Apparently I texted a bunch of 16-year-olds and I probably shouldn't have done that, Rick. That was probably a bad idea. And then Rick, I beat up my girlfriend, Rick. I'm going to go to jail, Rick. It's going to be bad. So anyway, yeah, apparently he beat up his girlfriend, and Adult Swim, who does Rick and Morty, is severing ties with him. And they're like, we're going to continue to go on with the Rick and Morty show, you know, without Rick and Morty. It's like, how the fuck are you going to do Rick and Morty without Rick and Morty? I guess they're going to have some kind of impersonator to do the voice, but just let it die already. The dude's like most of the show. You can't really have the show without him. And I think they were going to let it go when he just like beat up his girlfriend or something. But then a bunch of 16-year-olds came forward and they're like, yeah, he was totally creeping on us.
So I am the original poster of this tweet. It's about how back in September 2015, when I was 16 years old, Justin Roiland had followed me on Twitter. And I messaged him first because I was excited. The man who made my favourite show followed me, so made me feel a little bit special. But people don't think it's real, and I'm here to prove it. So here are the DMs. Do a little scroll. I told him I was 16. He said he's looking for my pictures and knows why he added me.
Oh.
Says I was super cute. And let's just go up here.
Oh, geez, Rick.
New tab.
I probably should have messaged the 16-year-old. I bet he wishes he had a portal gun so he can go to a different universe about now.
The full screenshots were.
Anyway, he already rich, so he probably ain't worried about it too much. But So long, Ricky Morty. We barely knew you. I didn't think the last season was very good anyway. I quit watching about halfway through, gave up on that goddamn show. So, nothing lost, to be honest with you. She did mention first, that's true. So, but then she told him she was 16 and he kept talking to her, which you're not really supposed to do. I've had girls message me before, they're like 16, and then they tell me, hey, I'm 16. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't talk to you anymore. And then I quit talking to them. So, I actually don't answer DMs anymore, period, though. For situations just like this, because people can message you. They've done this to me before. They'll message you, and then you'll respond, and they message you first. And they'll be like, remember that time you slid into my DMs? And I'm like, no, I didn't. You messaged me first. So I don't even answer fucking DMs anymore. That shit's too dangerous. You got to be careful as fuck with that. It doesn't matter if she did. She's 16. It was up to him as a duh. Yep. Agreed. Played the game High on Life. It's actually really good. I played some of it, but it didn't take. I don't know. I didn't care for it that much. And woohoo! Cody Django doing the socialism. He's gifted everybody memberships. Love to see that. Hero! Cody Django, way to go. Good God, everybody. Everybody's getting membership for you, membership for you, membership for you. I better see some amazing spamming of my chat with some customized emojis. All you people. Good Lord, he getting everybody. Cody Hero. Never seen anything like that. What a week to come back. Love you, Cody. Appreciate you. And all right, let's see what you dirty, sexy poles have to say. Cody Django, thank you. The hero we need at this desperate time in our lives. Cody Django, stepping up. You can have any woman you want and you choose a 16-year-old. I mean, how do you know he can have any woman he wants? Maybe not. Woo, give me, says Nihilism. Me, please. People asking for it. You get a million, you get a million, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. I wish I had that Oprah money. And all right, folks, move right along. Let's do a little what the fuck, shall we? I don't have my Stream Deck loaded up, so I have to do this manually. What the fuck? WTF? WTF? W motherfucking TF. And first off, on what the fuck? Did you guys hear about the dude that got murdered by his dog? Yeah, his dog shot him, apparently. A dog stepped on a loaded rifle. There's your first mistake. Fatally shooting a passenger in his owner's car during a hunting trip in Guada Springs, Kansas, sheriff deputies say. Joseph Austin Smith, 30, very young, of Wichita, was sitting in the front passenger seat of a pickup truck when he was shot in the back. I bet he was like, who the fuck shot me? Where'd that come from? Then he died. Why you got a loaded weapon that doesn't have the safety on? That's just bad life decisions. The Sumner County Sheriff Office said the back seat contained a hunting gear and a rifle. The statement said a canine belonging to the owner of the pickup stepped on the rifle, causing the weapon to discharge. The fire round struck the passenger, who died of his injuries on the scene. So, what did we learn? Probably don't go hunting anyway, but especially don't leave a loaded gun where your dog can step on it and murder you. And then, on the what the fuck, what is it about getting punched in the head for a living that seems so bad for your brain? It's a mystery. This time it's Quentin Rampage Jackson, who's talking about how he's not racist because of the people that owned his people. You know, the slave owners that enslaved his people were super nice. So he learned not to be racist towards them because they were good slave owners. I don't know, folks.
You know, growing up, my grandmother looked white, and all her brothers and sisters look white, right? So that was, and my friends down the street I played with, their grandmother looks black, real black, and I was confused about that, and I learned that at a very young age that skin color don't matter. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother, she was still black, but she was in that day and age where she didn't have to drink from the black water fountain. She didn't have to sit in the back of the bus.
That means skin color mattered very, very much. If she was white passing and she was treated differently than the other black people that were very black, skin color mattered very, very much, Rampage Jackson, by your own story.
She could go to certain restaurants as long as she talked a certain way. And we were just taught different. Our family just taught not to be racist because the family that owned our family was really nice. They wasn't evil people. You know, they didn't beat my ancestors. They treated them well. Even,
oh my fucking God! Shut up, Rampage! What are you saying? So, folks, don't get punched in the head for a living. Just saying, seems bad. Doesn't seem to be great for you. And then, also probably what you don't want to do is, like, if you're on a subway and you're really drunk, don't pull a pair of scissors on large men. So he's like, yeah, you gonna fuck with me? Just wait. What's up? What's up, motherfucker? What's up? I'm gonna pull a pair of scissors on you, cut your ass. And then, oh yeah. That's,
I knew that was coming.
yeah.
Oh, there's blood all over.
Yeah, you just got slapped. Bad life decisions. I probably shouldn't show that video either about what you're gonna do. And then on what the fuck, we'll move along quickly. They won't notice if I move along quickly. And then you guys see this one. Man, maybe I should skip this one. Maybe I should save this one for my patron show. Okay, I'm gonna start skipping some of these. I gotta be more careful, folks. I don't know what's wrong with me. Why can't I be careful? Dusty, you gotta be careful. You gotta be fucking careful. We're going to show that one on a patron-only show. I'm going to start the patron-only after shows Monday. Those start Monday. So you patrons, you're going to get patron-only content twice a week, I promise, starting Monday. I'm going to save this stuff for Monday. I'm scared to show you. This guy committed suicide by cop, and it's really weird. And I'm worried they're going to ban me if I show you. I shouldn't even show you that last video. I got to be so careful. It's ridiculous. But anyway, move right along, folks. Did you guys see this one? Talking about making your butthole pucker. Yeah. This guy was in a Chevy Silverado. How did you live? You should play the lottery immediately. I mean, I know it doesn't look like he's lucky, but he's lucky. Apparently, he was trying to pass this truck in the fog. And he was like, oh, man, I should, not do that. And he pulled back, and the truck started jackknifing. And then another truck started barreling at him and ended up right between the two. Holy shit. Yes, I'm going to play it safe. That's just what I said. I'm going to skip it. So, damn, dude. You were both unlucky and lucky as shit at the same time. That was a close one. And... all right, folks, that is my what the fuck section. Gonna save the rest of it. And folks, if you love my show, please consider supporting me on Patreon. It's patreon.com/podcast. There's a link in the description of this video. And you need to support me on it because my show is definitely going to get banned again from YouTube before too long. And the only way you're going to be able to see my videos in the future is to become a patron. So please help me out if you're able to. And also, twice weekly after I do this show, I'm going to do an after show with Dusty Smith with all the stuff that's too hot for YouTube. Yeah, all the crazy shit I can't show you on here, we're going to do on the Patreon only show. So be sure to go subscribe to my Patreon right fucking now. Do it to it. I'd appreciate it. And all right, let's read the super chats before we move on with a very large Chud watch. Bill Dar, give me $5. Bravo. Hey, thank you, Bill Dar. It's good to see you tonight. And Sarah M, Darian Mez, a whole bunch of people came with Dust Buddies. You too can become a Dust Buddy for $2.99 a month. Sometimes you get gifted, but for those of you who are not being gifted, you can support the show and get customized emojis to spend the chat with. All the cool kids are doing it, so join up, become a Dust Buddy. Daniel Flores, 555, 50 pounds. Very generous, Daniel. Don't give up. Hey, there is no fear of that. I am never going to give up. I'm going to be doing this show till I'm on my deathbed, which, once again, never going to happen because I'm never going to die. So even if I have to do this show for 10 people, I'm going to do this show for 10 people. I promise. They are never going to fucking shut me up. But heroes like you, Daniel, ensure I'm able to keep going. And I very much appreciate it. Love you, Daniel. And Heavy Shaw. It scrolled. God damn it. It scrolled. All right, let me scroll back up. Heavy Cha, there you go. I got 5 on it. Hell yeah, you do. Thank you, Heavy Cha. For the fuzzies, you got 10 on it, Heavy Cha. Appreciate you. Look at all these dust buddies. Gangsta Talk, God TV, Zachariah Schmidt, all of you amazing heroes. Straight Shooter, $10. The man is back. Hell yeah. For as long as I'm able. YouTube is just so much better. I hope I can stay here. Hey, Dusty, here's $2. Thank you, Keeper Lover. Good to see you tonight. Angry Hairpiece, $5. I'm glad you're back. I was looking forward to deleting my YouTube account. I know. I wasn't looking forward to doing the show on Vimeo. Vimeo is fucking awful. Why is there not some kind of competitive service that is as good as YouTube? It's so frustrating. Derek McCurdy. Can't keep a great man down. We're so happy you're back, Dusty. Best damn show returns. Hell yeah, Derek. You ain't never lied. And Darian Mazza gave me 125 Mexicans. I don't know how much that is, but I'm going to say it's like $10,000. So thank you. Appreciate you. Watching your show tonight from Oaxaca, Mexico. Was I even close? Keep a stiff upper lip. Hey, that's the only way my lip does. Loco. Norb's Adventures, $30 Canadian. Hell yeah. Take off, eh? Great to have you back. Hey, it's great to be back, Norbs. Thank you for supporting the show. You rock. The Straight Shooter, $5. I prayed to Satan and the show started working. Hey, the white supremacist is going to make it illegal to worship Satan in the future. They're going to put you in jail for that, so be very careful, Straight Shooter. YT Wonder, 20 pounds. Coffee ready, joint ready, Dusty ready. I envy you. I wish I could smoke some weed. But after the show, you got to get high as balls. Thank you, YT Wonder. Rex Ablett, $7.99 Australian. Jesus took 3 days to rise from the dead. Dusty's YouTube channel only took 1, meaning Dusty's channel is mathematically 3x better than Jesus. Perfect Australian accent, no notes. May 311, $2. We love you, Dusty. Hey, love you, May. Thank you. X Demonox, $2. Welcome back. I bet they flagged it for religion. I mean, there's no telling. They wouldn't tell me, so there's no way for me to improve if they don't explain what I did wrong. J-Bob, more cats on the show. Where are the cats? I got one right here. Can you guys see this one? Nope. I need to set up a raised platform. You guys can see them better. God will strike you down, Dusty. Ha, ha, ha. Bring it on, motherfucker. You'll never burn me. I will be your heretic. Ivy Evans, what's up, Ivy? Good to see you tonight. Love you, Dusty. So good to have you back. Hey, it's good to be back, Ivy. Good to see you. Appreciate you. And E, my fucking buddy E, welcome back. Hell yeah. E is my new VR buddy. I sent E my customized, tricked out Oculus Quest 2, and he's just now getting into it. We're going to be playing all the VR games together. Hey, the PS5 VR comes out next month. So anybody that wants to play VR games should get that, because I'm going to be on that motherfucker. Kathy H299, my hero. You're my hero, Kathy. Just buy me some Dusty Love. $40. You just bought a lot of Dusty Love. I'm going to take you super seriously, Richard Brunel. Missed you and the greatest show in the universe, man. I missed you guys so much. Had to do this bullshit over on Vimeo, but at least I had my awesome hero patrons to keep me company. But I'm so glad to be back on YouTube. Hope it lasts. And E, what up, chat crew? Miss me? Everybody missed you, E. You're the hero we don't deserve, but we got you anyway, and we love it. Ezra Kaprachik, $5. Sue them, and I'll join a class action lawsuit. Man, I can't sue YouTube. I'm very consistent in saying that YouTube is a private platform, and they have the absolute right to ban me from their platform if they want to. Now, they shouldn't, because I didn't do anything wrong. It sucks. I'm going to try to fight back if they do that, but like ultimately, if they decide to do that, they have the absolute right to do that, or not do that, because that's how private platforms work. So, I don't have a case. Dead Part 2, you're a damn legend. He is, though. You don't even know. Charlie Kelly, yeah, love me some Dusty. Go, Dusty, go, go, Dusty, go, go. You go, Charlie. Cuba love $2. God is sure dead and Dusty is alive. Hell yeah. I'm way better than God because I actually exist. And all these dust buddies, Jason Ashby, Astronaut, hell yeah. And $50 from Jesse Ingram. Jesse says, welcome to hell back. The greatest show on earth will always triumph. Logic. Well, I hope that's true. I fear that eventually I'm going to get removed permanently from YouTube, though. Hope it doesn't happen, but you guys need to follow me on Twitter at CultDusty1 or on Facebook at CultDusty, just anywhere, so you can be kept up to date on what's going on in case I disappear. You'll know what the fuck happened Just got my refund. Good to see you back, Dusty. Hell yeah, I need to pay my taxes. So you're right on time with your $50, Jay West. Very generous. Thank you much. Kenneth Copeland, $10 R. Missed you, man. Welcome back. Hey, I missed you, Kenneth Copeland. Yeah. Evil son bitch. Blazing Chronic, glad to have you back, Dusty. Hey, it's good to be back. It's good to be loved. Blind Idiot God, I'm glad you're back on here, Dusty. I hope you and the fur babies are doing well. Hey, we can't complain. Today is much better than yesterday was. Having a great day so far hanging out with you guys. From right to left, I'm a lifelong Christian, but currently inactive. Good. Freedom of religion also means freedom from religion. True story. Enriching and respecting our and each other's worldview is what First Amendment is about. I mean, I respect your right to believe it, but I don't actually respect the stupid bullshit you believe because it's quite silly. But I do respect your right to believe it, but it's real dumb. Sorry. But I do appreciate $20, and I love you. Welcome back, YouTube. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you for being one of the good ones. Lizzie Bennett, $10. Welcome back, Dusty. Hey, thank you, Lizzie. It's good to be back. $5, Houdini. Hey, Dusty, why can't I see your Patreon numbers anymore? I was curious how many people are supporting you. I don't know. They did an update. Did it automatically set that back to? I may need to go check it and see if it needs to be reset. It's like I showed it earlier. I'll show it again at the end of the show. Hey, YouTube, do me like Jesus. I know, right? Fuck the shit out of me some Jesus. PH999, thank you for the last and being our voice. One day people will look back and say you were ahead of your time. He'll say they're already saying that. But it don't fucking matter. It ain't helping me out to be ahead of my time, to be honest with you. I have found that it's way better to be right on time than ahead of time. Kitty Witty, this is for the Do Me Like Jesus clip. That was a brilliant clip. One of the best I've ever played on the show. You were the first person to make me question God and Christianity when I was a kid. Glad to have you back. Hey, I'm honored to help in any way I possibly can. And, hell yeah, all of these subs got gifted from Cody Jango. 20 different subs. Wow. Very impressive, Cody. I appreciate you. $2 for cute lover. Dusty, did you saw the flooding in your house? Sort of. I've actually been doing a lot of work in the house. Me and Jeff have been gotten busy, and we fixed the leak in my room. There's still a leak in the cat room, but it's better than it was. We're working out. I actually have blisters on my hand, folks, and like splinters and shit on my soft ass hands. I'm not used to that, but hey, I'm getting all manly and shit. Orion McFadden, glad to see you back on the tubes. Cheers, mate. Awesome to be back on the tubes. Way better. April S., another one of the main heroes of the show, and also incredibly sexy. April S., glad you're back. Never leave us again. Man, I wish I had a choice in the matter, April S., but long as people like you are around to support me, at least I'll be on Patreon forever. So we got that going for us. Thank you, April. You're amazing. James Wakester, welcome back to the best show on YouTube. Fuck yeah, James Wakester, appreciate you. Ginormous, watching you from VR chat. What? That's super cool. I've never been on VR chat because I'm really antisocial. I know it seems like because I talk for a living, I would probably like talking, but I don't. I'm usually like quiet as fuck when I'm on the show, so I need to get over that. Welcome back, bud. Thank you, The Schwartz Awakens. Take us to ludicrous speed. Can't afford much. Hey, it all adds up, Paul the Skeptic. I appreciate you. And last but not least, Pixel Pusher, 10 Australian. Aussie. Hell yeah, gave me a chance to do my spot-on Australian accent again. Thank you. And plenty of time to get in your super chats. Gonna read all the rest of them at the end of the show, so get them in hot and heavy. Let's go ahead and move on, folks. Got a big, long Chud watch. Wrote a song about it. I'd like to hear it. Here it goes. Woo! Hell yeah, we do. And first off, on tonight's Chud Watch, Ron DeSantis just being racist as fuck. Apparently now he is banning AP courses on African American studies. And don't worry, folks, he got a good excuse. Governor Ron DeSantis on Monday stood by Florida's decision to reject students' access to an AP course on African American studies as outrage mounts surrounding the move, particularly among black leaders. You don't say. The Republican governor said that he supports banning the course being offered to some high school students because its lessons delve too far into political agendas. Yeah, if there's one thing Ron DeSantis hates, it's political agendas. Broaching topics such as queer studies and abolishing prisons. Oh, those are great things. Black officials in the state, from Democratic lawmakers to faith leaders, however, are seeking to overturn the DeSantis administration's determination of the class significantly lacks educational value, but fuck your free speech. He is the God that runs Florida, and you will do as he says. Case in point, he is waging war on books. They just passed a law now that if you're a teacher, you can only have a book in your classroom if it's on a approved list. Basically, the librarians or whoever they assign at the school as the censor has to approve every single thing that's in your classroom now. And if you have a book in your classroom that's not on the approved list, they can charge you with a crime. For those who are paying attention, it's been obvious for some time Florida's MAGA governor, Ron DeSantis, is aggressive with book bans because he would just prefer if kids didn't read books at all. So while it was infuriating, it was not surprising to read that the investigative journalism team at Popular Info had discovered that teachers in Manatee County, Florida, were told that every book on their shelves was banned until otherwise notified. Failure to lock up all their books until they could be vetted by censors, teachers were warned, put them at risk of being prosecuted as felons. So, yep. What a dystopian nightmare Florida is. Children not allowed to read any book Ron DeSantis doesn't approve of. Scary times we live in, folks. Basically, all the teachers now are considered criminals until proven innocent. Whatever books you want to share, nah, you need permission now. War on books, war on teachers. Now they are the bad guys. Never thought I'd see the day. But not everybody has a problem with it. Here's Little Bitty Shapiro's Rag Daily Wire. One of the hosts of his podcast gonna tell you why he thinks it's a great idea to ban books. Here's Michael Knowles.
It depends what the book is, and it depends who does the banning. If the banning is being done by bad people who are not going to help you become educated, then I guess you should go read the book.
Okay, good. End of story. Ron DeSantis, a bad person. He's literally not trying to help anybody or educate anybody. He's trying to keep people from being educated because the less educated people are, the more likely they are to vote Republican. So case closed, right?
If the book is being banned by just and wise and prudent authorities, then maybe don't read the book. Depends what the book is. If the book is Hamlet, then you should go read the book. If the book is gay porn, as is turning up in lots of schools,
it's not.
Then don't read the book.
Cite your source.
If it's pornography of any kind, don't read the book.
It's not in schools.
You will not be edified by that. You will not be educated.
First off, if I'm an adult, I'll read any fucking book I want to, but who reads porn books other than like 50 Shades of Grey? We have the internet now, okay? It's free everywhere. Don't need books for that anymore.
Educated by that. What is Stephen King suggesting? All books? Genderqueer by Maya Kababi. We should read that. Sure. Maybe, I don't know. Mein Kampf. Listen, they don't want to teach you Mein Kampf in schools. You better go out there. You're in 6th grade. You better go read Mein Kampf.
I literally don't give a shit. I doubt anybody except for like Boogery Nick Fuentes is reading Mein Kampf in a supportive way. I think it's perfectly okay to study what Hitler said and realize why it's wrong.
Is that what he's saying? No, I don't think. I mean, even if you're going to read Mein Kampf as a sort of historical
exactly, it's history
study, maybe wait until you're, I don't know, like 16, 17. Maybe. I don't think. Does anyone really think that's appropriate for a child?
I don't give a shit.
I don't think so. I think there are plenty of books that are not appropriate for a child. I think Ulysses by James Joyce. I don't know. Do we really? That's something we have to read? No, of course not. Of course not. It's a very shallow and glib and liberal and modern idea that you should never ban or suppress any book.
Yeah, these are the free speech crowd, folks. All about free speech, aren't they? Book banning is good, actually. Good God. Hypocrisy, that's all they fucking got. And it's amazing when you're a right-wing influencer. Literally all you have to do to make money is just virtue signal about what a piece of shit you are. And even if you're not a big enough piece of shit to virtue signal about it, I guess it should be anti-virtue signal. I would say vice signal, but vices are actually cool. They just make shit up about why they're an asshole and brag about it. Case in point, Matt Walsh making up this story about why he's an asshole, but trying to make himself look cool. Matt Walsh says, my wife was deeply disappointed in I guess he means me, because we ended up in a pay-it-for drive-through chain, and I immediately accepted the free meal, broke the chain, and drove away without shame. I'm only surprised that she was surprised. Yeah, she's my wife. She should know what a piece of shit I am. That's sort of on her for marrying me. He goes on to say, I'm not participating in performative peer pressured charity. It's literally not charity because somebody paid it to you and you're not losing any money, especially when the charity involves paying for some random person's drive-through order. I think it's more admirable to graciously accept the gift, saving everyone behind you from getting roped into this madness. Yeah, he's a hero somehow by being a piece of shit. Just good God. Totally performative nonsense that never happened. Literally have to make up why you're trash. And, Matt, you don't have to make it up because you actually are fucking trash. Case in point, here's Matt Walsh wishing that America will become more like Singapore. He says, Singapore is able to have nice things in part because they execute drug dealers by hanging and arrest even petty vandals and thieves and beat them with the cane until they bleed. Isn't that what we need? Just police beating the shit out of people in the streets? Do we really need a judicial system? Let's just let cops be judge, jury, and executioner. Let's Judge Dredd up in this bitch. We don't have nice things because we aren't willing to do what's required to maintain them. There are some accusing me of advocating similar laws in this country, and I just want to clarify that yes, absolutely, I want those laws in this country. Oh, fascist wants fascism? Do tell, Matt Walsh. Shocker. And speaking of Matt Walsh, have you guys heard about the drama going on between Matt Walsh and Steven Crowder? This is incredibly fucking depressing. So, Benny Shapiro's Daily Wire, they offered Steven Crowder $50 million. I shit you fucking not, folks. Steven Crowder, $50 million. And that's not even the worst part. He turned it down because it wasn't enough money. My ass struggling to get by. Lost 75% of my income the last, on YouTube at least. Not the patrons made up for it. I'm not bitching. I'm doing fine. That's 75% on YouTube for me. But Steven Crowder, $50 million. Now, is Steven Crowder that much more talented than I am? No. Is the show that much better than I am? No, it's not. But the deal is, when you're a right-wing influencer, there is unlimited money donated by billionaires to support your spreading of right-wing narratives and propaganda. This just goes to show you that it's really hard to believe that people like Steven Crowder believe anything he says because they're paid so insanely for saying what they say. It seems very unlikely that he's also making all this money, but still just saying everything he really thinks in his head. Now, obviously, if you're going to make tens of millions of dollars and you're someone without any kind of scruples whatsoever, like Steven Crowder is, you're going to say whatever you have to say to make that money. And this headline nailed this whole drama in a very short sentence. Far-right blowhard calls $50 million Daily Wire offer a slave contract. Because if there's one thing I know about slavery, it's how well they paid the slaves. Just good God, these people. Beyond parody in every goddamn way. And the good news is, at least they're feuding amongst each other now, folks. Let them fight. I hope they kill each other. Candace Owens said that Steven Crowder asked for $140 million, folks, for 4 years. $140 million. I almost can't wrap my head around this, but like I can because I know that they're funded by billionaires. I know that so much of this right-wing online influencers, so much of this dominance on social media from right-wingers is astroturfed. Like I want to show you in a tweet coming up how Andrew Tate had thousands of bots posting positive comments about him on Twitter. They got caught because they're astroturf, because they have billionaires funding all this stuff, shoving this down our throat, trying to make us believe they're more popular than they are. There is zero chance Steven Crowder is making $140 million for the people paying him. So why are they paying him? Or why are they thinking about paying him $50 million or $140 million? Well, it's easy to understand. It's because billionaires are trying to spread their narratives, are trying to take over our airwaves, and they are willing to spend anything they have to do that. Hell, I talked about this before when Benny Shapiro backed the new Gina Carano movie, Terror on the Prairie. It had a $75 million budget for this movie that made $1,000 at the box office. Literally made $1,000 at the box office. $75 million. But it's nothing to them because they have infinite pockets because they're all bought and paid for. It's all a goddamn sham. And Tim Pool is like, yeah, Steven Crowder can get $140 million. And I'm sure he can. If there's one person that knows how much money you can make if you're willing to sell out to the right-wing millionaires and billionaires that fund you, it would be Tim Pool. Tim Pool, who just gives $100,000 as Christmas presents to every family member. That's how much money they're making, folks. If you have integrity, if you have morals, if you have scruples, you just have to eke by. But if you're willing to sell out your country, sell out your fellow human being, it is incredibly fucking lucrative. But at least they're fighting amongst each other. And I love to see it. They used to say all the time that whenever the lefties would fight or argue amongst each other, the left is eating itself. That's what right-wingers always spread. But when they do it, they never say that. Yeah, somehow he is worth $12.5 million a year, more than Anderson Cooper on CNN. That's how out of whack this whole conservative online influencer shit has gotten. It's just insane levels. But anyway, now there's a conservative war between Little Bitty Shapiro and Steven Crowder. Here's Little Bitty Shapiro whining about it, telling us all how he's so disappointed in Steven Crowder after the contract negotiations and what a bad person Steven Crowder is. Really, though, even though he is a very bad person, you were still willing to pay him $50 million. So it's almost like you don't actually give a shit if he's a bad person or not. You're just trying to get his audience to spread right-wing narratives. Anyway, let's listen.
Steven's not a moron. He apparently is just a bad person who tapes his friends and then releases the tapes for personal gain. I'm personally insulted by Steven's behavior here. I'm more insulted. It has nothing to do with me because he hasn't actually said anything about me. It has to do with you don't get to attack my best friend and suggest that my best friend is some sort of shill for big tech when we spend every day, literally every day in this business, attempting to fight big tech and to win.
That's a lie.
When you spend every day trying to bring good content to people who can't get it in a lot of other ways and build a business, who go out of our way to make offers to people for tens of millions of dollars so they can continue to promote, to provide the content that you want. Tens of millions of dollars to people like Steven Crowder. I don't see a lot of other people walking across the table to make this offer to Steven Crowder. The easiest thing to do in our particular industry is to attack your friends and make money off of that. You know, it makes me nauseous to be talking about this, honestly. It makes me sick to be talking about this.
He's so fake. You're such a bad actor, dude. Good God.
I'm sad for Steven that he feels the necessity to plan for months, apparently, to attack his friends, to try to grow an email list in the most cynical possible fashion and tape his friends on the phone. and then release that public. Who does that? Who does that?
Does that? The guy
is that something you do? I mean, I'm just asking.
The guy you're willing to pay $50 million to does that. It's not like he just became a piece of shit overnight. You didn't care when he was on your team. You didn't care when you thought he was going to take the money and come work for you. But now suddenly you give a fuck when he turned against you.
You on a personal level, have you ever done that? Have you ever taped your friends? Is that a thing that you do?
No, but I'm not a giant fucking piece of shit like all of you are, so sort of works out for me. And I agree with the serfs. Suck it into my veins. They're all fighting amongst each other. The quartering attacking Candace Owens. The quartering says Candace Owens is doing more damage to Daily Wire than Steven ever could on Timcast. Good. Let the hate flow through ya. Matt Walsh says, he's responding to this tweet that says, all of the Daily Wire personalities are now online defending Daily Wire. It's obvious that what Crowder said was right. And they're all butthurt that their right-wing sycophants are turning against them. Matt Walsh says, if we say nothing, then our silence is confirmation of what you already believe. If we defend ourselves and our company, then that is confirmation of what you already believe. It's almost like there's literally nothing we can do or say that won't confirm what you already believe. Hey, we already know you're giant pieces of shit. I'm glad your own side is turning against you for once. And Jason Campbell is like, well, he's reporting, Candace Owens accused Steven Crowder of a bitch move, calling him a little egocentric and saying he treats people poorly. Yeah, no fuck. Everybody on your side does that. This is who you people are. You shameless grifters. And
Little Bitty Shapiro is like, Steven Crowder's latest video tragically proves that he knows nothing about three things. Number one, business. Number two, contract negotiations. Number three, friendship and decency. Again, here's Jeremy going through our full initial non-binding offer to Steven line by line.
And yep, kill each other. Godzilla versus King Kong. Even Mark Dice is throwing shade on Crowder. Mark Dice paid $100 to Timcast, which is great, to say Crowder only decided to express the Daily Wire as being conservative Inc. after they turned down his counteroffer for $30 million a year, $120 for 4 years, and had no Mug Club revenue from the Blaze. So he's using this grift in a desperate attempt to make money now. That's what they've always done. That's what you do, Mark Dice. This is the Spider-Mans pointing at each other. But just in case you want to know how the game is played, folks, here's Daily Wire themselves explaining to you that everybody Steven Crowder has worked for in the past has been billionaires. Just like it's true for all of them. It's true for all these right-wing online influencers. They all are backed by billionaires. So they repeat their talking points. And here they are just outright admitting it.
Don't enjoy the same luxuries that we do of being independent.
Steven, the whole time I've known him, has worked for someone else. He was paid by PJTV when I met him, which was owned by a billionaire at the time. Then he was paid by CRTV for a number of years, which was owned by a billionaire at the time. Then he was paid by The Blaze, which was subsidized by a billionaire. And he didn't necessarily have to be profitable. And he doesn't know for a fact that he was profitable.
He's not profitable.
Because, as he has said very publicly, all those companies, none of them really shared all the information about what was happening with them. So Steven feels very certain that his show was always profitable.
It's not.
But he doesn't know that his show was.
There's no way his show's making tens of millions of dollars. Just like there's no way any of you are making that much money. There's no way the Daily Wire on its own could afford to pay $75 million for a Gina Carano movie. It's because you are all bought and paid for by the oligarchs that rule us all. Let's check in with Jimmy Doorknob to see what he's up to. And yep, it's exactly what you expect. Full-on anti-vaxxer conspiracy theorist all day long. Jaw-dropping farmer censorship way worse than you think. They're admitting it. We're overcounting COVID tests. Vaccine stroke warning. Dumbest man alive. You lied. Yep. Shocker, I was right about Jimmy Dore all along. He's nothing but a right-wing mouthpiece pretending to be on the left, just like so many before him. Sargon, Dave Rubin, Joe Rogan, all of them. It's the same playbook over and over again. And only the most naive among us will continue to fall for this bullshit. And speaking of Jimmy Dore, good God, this guy is so sad and pathetic, y'all. So he has been caught multiple times using sock accounts to pretend to be other people in order to go defend him. And apparently this time he forgot to log out of his sock account before he posted. So he posted this one aimed at the serfs that said, imagine ignoring that the serfs had to lie to make Jimmy look like a right-winger, when in fact he said the opposite of what they claim just because you hate Jimmy and have no character at all. Imagine, dude, you're Jimmy! You are the Jimmy! Why are you pretending to be somebody else? He forgot to log out of his account. Oh my God, busted again. I just can't imagine being this lame, this pathetic, that you actually name search yourself, and then use fake accounts to respond. Like, believe it or not, folks, I never, ever Google myself or Twitter my name or anything. Now, it's possible nobody's talking about me. I haven't looked to see. But, like, what people say about me is none of my fucking business. And I don't want to know that shit. I don't want to know the negative things people are saying about me all the time. Who wants that kind of negativity in their life? You just have to be such a pathetic sad sack to do that. Good God, Jimmy Dore is so embarrassing. And speaking of the anti-vaxxer nuts, so this is their new playbook, folks. Now they're trying to claim they were right all along because according to them, people are just dropping dead all over the place. They're not. I mean, people are dying all over the place, but they always have. The vaccination is not a cure for death. You're still going to fucking die. But then how also they're trying to make people afraid is they're telling them, hey, in 5 or 10 years, just any day now, millions of people are going to be dropping dead all over the place. Just believe us, it's coming. Just like Jesus coming back any second now. Trust us, folks. It's all happening. Here is a nut job Sherry Tenpenny to fearmonger about it.
Now we're seeing the tsunami of deaths that I've been talking about since the beginning of 21.
We are not.
Millions of people are going to die. You know, when Judy Mick...
Yes, millions of people. Everybody. Literally billions of people are going to die. Everybody who ever lived is either dead or going to die. That's sort of how it works. But they're not dying from the vaccine. You're just making that fucking shit up to try to pretend like you were correct all along.
Mikovits came out on Plandemic at the beginning of that and said that more than 50 million people are going to die, and everybody was like, whoa. And when they started interviewing me and asked me what did I think about that number, I said it's way too low. It's going to be much more than 50 million people in America alone.
Everybody's going to die.
And we're already starting to see it. Mm-hmm. So the tsunami of deaths is coming. It's already here. And I believe that what's happening now and is starting to happen now
it's all starting,
is the
folks.
Tsunami of regret.
Oh, definitely.
Of the people that fell for the lies.
Uh-huh.
Your friends and family members and parents and children and all they did to you.
I literally don't know a single fucking person that regrets getting the vaccine. Not one. Can you point these people out to me? Who are they?
Your grandchildren just could not be told otherwise. But now that people are dying like flies, I mean, my business partner has 83 close people in his life that have died. Okay. 83.
Is he an old man? Because the older you get, the more likely it is all the people your age are going to start dying off. And also, we have an obesity epidemic in America, so that's not helping.
It's the beginning. And I predict that by the end of this year, every person in this room and every person listening behind here is going to know a minimum of 5, probably 10 or more close friends and family members that have died from these shots.
Totally, folks, it's coming. Just believe me, any second now. 2 weeks. And then, speaking of the anti-vaxxer bullshit, you know who is responsible for this? If you really believe the vaccines are killing folks, you know who's responsible for it? Donald Trump. And at least a few of the moonbats are starting to wake up and take notice and tell the truth about it. Case in point, here is conspiracy theorist Deanna Lorraine, who's finally off the QAnon bandwagon, finally turned against Donald Trump. And I have to kind of give her credit. I don't think she's right. I think she's full of shit. But if you legitimately believe what she believes, then her conclusion is dead on. Let's have a listen.
The people that are still saying he's playing 500D chess, Q has posted recently, QAnon's back and Trump's in on it. And there's always a plan with Trump. Tell me what exactly would be the 500D chess move when you're knowingly maiming and killing millions of people with a bioweapon.
Exactly.
What is that chess move? It doesn't make sense to me.
It does not.
It doesn't make sense to any rational person because there is no chess move here.
Nope.
And people say, well, he just has to keep waiting and waiting to reveal the big snakes in the deep state. I think we all know who the snakes in the deep state are. I don't think it's any mystery at this point. How much longer do you have to keep moving the goalpost to have this exposure, this big disclosure that QAnon people talk about? Get a grip, wake up, we're being played. The people that are...
That's right, folks. If you believe the vaccinations are going to kill hundreds of millions of people, you have to blame Trump. Operation Warp Speed. He took credit for it repeatedly over and over again, told you guys to take it, which makes the Diamond and Silk funeral even more bizarre. I guess they both didn't die. It was just Diamond that died this time. But, with her death, that killed the career of Silk. So, it's a 2-for-1 special, really. Anyway, so apparently, according to the doctors, Diamond died of heart disease. It was reported that she might have died of COVID, but they're saying that's not true. They're saying it was actually heart disease. No, I don't know. I don't know what the truth is. I'm just reporting what the doctors are reporting now. They say it was heart disease, not COVID, so I'm going to go by what the doctor says. But that is not what her sister Silk is claiming now. Her sister Silk is claiming that she died from the vaccine, even though she wasn't vaccinated, folks. This is how crazy the grift is getting. Now they're claiming you can die from the vaccine even if you weren't vaccinated, because vaccinated people, they shed the vaccine on you. I guess the vaccine is like a virus to them. So here she is explaining it to you folks, exactly why she thinks her sister died.
Are Americans being poisoned? In the wild, when they want to depopulate and sterilize a large group of animals, they usually inject one animal. And then that one animal infect the rest of the animals. So technically, and according to the science, it doesn't matter if you're vaxxed or not. As long as the gain of function allows one injected person to transfer and infect another person, and that person infect another person, eventually everyone will be affected in one way or the other.
That's right, you heard it, folks. Doesn't matter if you're vaccinated or not. These evil sons of bitches who brought us the vaccine, they did it on purpose to wipe out all of humanity with this crazy ass vaccine. Who could possibly be
now
to
that
blame
Twitter
for
is
this?
allowing...
Who could be to blame for this? Well, let's read some Donald Trump quotes. Donald Trump, the vaccines, and by the way, don't let Joe Biden take credit for the vaccines. Don't let him take credit for the vaccines because the vaccines were me, said Donald Trump. I hope everyone remembers when they're getting the COVID-19, often referred to as the China virus vaccine, that if I wasn't president, you wouldn't be getting that beautiful shot for 5 years at best, and probably wouldn't be getting it at all. I hope everyone remembers, says Donald Trump. New United States COVID cases, because of the record-breaking development of the vaccine and its early purchase and distribution by the Trump administration, has hit its lowest level in more than 1 year and falling fast. I want to thank all within the Trump administration who pushed so hard for the vaccine and got it done in less than 9 months when everybody was saying it would take at least 3 to 5 years and probably not happen. Without the vaccine, the world would be a much different place right now, says Donald Trump. Literally, according to his own words, he is responsible for this. And according to Silk, that is what killed her sister. So it makes it even more bizarre that they turned the funeral of Diamond into a cult rally to worship Trump. They are literally worshiping the person that they believed killed the woman whose funeral they're having right now. Hard to get stranger than this, folks.
Diamond is talking to Jesus, and she is saying, Jesus, please make sure that Donald J. Trump is the next president of the United States of America.
Well, Donald Trump, I would kiss you, but I have never kissed a man before.
I'm serious. I thought I knew them both. I didn't. I knew Diamond, but I didn't know Silk at all. I just learned about Silk. You're fantastic.
And one of those divine appointments was when I met our great real president, Donald Trump, in August of 2016. And he inspired me in a way. He spoke out with no fear, and he kept going in spite of the attacks.
Now, he might not know this, but President, I love you too.
Oh, he's been so good. Yes, he's been good. He's been good. He's been good.
They allowed their prisons to be emptied out into the United States of America. They allowed their mental institutions to be emptied out.
Pissed off with Megyn Kelly, Kelly Megyn, whatever her name is. Leave Donald Trump alone. Leave Donald Trump. Leave him alone.
He treated us just like the other children. Eric.
Like shit?
Don Jr., Tiffany.
It was the year that we started the Make America Great Again movement. The year that gave us President Donald J. Trump.
And I did notice a big line of very, very nice vehicles outside. That's going to be handled properly, right? So we're going to handle it properly.
So while she handled those Luciferians spiritually, I will be down here handling these demonic bastards realistically.
Yes. But this bitch right here, thank you for censoring me, pissed me off. Trying to come for Donald last night. Yeah. And now they trying to make it look like he lost the debate. He's the only one up there that has common sense. He is the only one up there on that stage with common sense. Yeah. And listen, he's going to be the next president, whether you like it, Megyn Kelly or Kelly.
President Donald J. Trump.
Yes, yes, yes. President Donald J. Trump. That was her boyfriend. Okay? Did you know that?
And then when my father-in-law casually tasked me with winning my home state here of North Carolina for him in 2016, I did it for you twice, by the way. Just saying, North Carolina, right? Can we do it a third time, do y'all think?
Nailed it.
I won't complain. God showing up been good to me.
Showing up.
If she was here right now, she would be saying, hurry up and sit down and put up my man, Donald Trump.
I said, give me a little time. What do you think it'll take? Oh, about 15, 20 minutes.
Complain about how long it's taking.
I said, well, it can take
It's
longer.
a funeral, dude.
This is a little longer than 15 minutes, right?
So what I want to say to everybody is don't you dare call me a conspiracy theorist. Because
how do we stop the cheating? How do we stop it where you get more votes but you still don't win?
It's a funeral.
And the answer is the Republicans have to get tougher. The top people have to get tougher. And you have to really swamp them. There's a level at which even they can't produce. And so if you win big enough, you're going to get there. And then once we're there, we're going to straighten it all out.
A lot of the media did everything they could to try and destroy her while she was living. And I be damned if you think I'm going to allow you to explore her death. He got the whole...
Yeah, that's my job to explore her death. Literally had links up for fundraising the second she died. But talking about cognitive dissonance, folks, gonna blame the vaccine for her death and worship the man who takes responsibility for the vaccine. You just can't make this shit up. Nothing conservatives do makes any fucking sense. It's all hogwash and move right along. Oh yeah, he was complaining about how long it was taking. I already showed you guys that. And apparently, he's about to abandon Truth Social and come back to Twitter because he has more interactions, more people following him on Twitter. No one uses Truth Social. Can you imagine how pissed off you would be if you invested in Donald Trump's social media company and he's going to literally abandon it and go back to Twitter? But I don't feel sorry for you. If you gave Donald Trump your money, you deserve whatever the goddamn hell you get, you fucking morons. And apparently, he been hanging out with literal mob bosses because, of course, he has. He is a wannabe mobster himself. And here he is. Former President Donald Trump posed for a picture with former Philly mob boss Joey Merlino at a South Florida golf club. Does Trump know Merlino, or at least who he was? I mean, he hanging out with him. Wannabe gangster hanging out with actual gangsters. Let's make this guy the president again. Stats, shall we? Just imagine if Joe Biden was taking pictures with real-life mob bosses, folks. Just to get an idea of the double standard the right has. And then... Oh, yeah. You guys about Matt Gaetz? Now, look, I don't know if this is true or not, folks. This is the rumor going around, and I'm only reporting it as a rumor that is going viral. But according to journalist Rebecca Jones, breaking, Matt Gaetz is believed to be having an affair with his press secretary, Joe Valdez. According to 3 independent sources, Gaetz' office and his wife had not responded to requests for comment. This is not Gaetz' first affair, nor is it his first affair with a man. Oh my. And once again, nothing wrong with being gay, folks. Don't care if Matt Gaetz is being gay. It's the hypocrisy I care about. It's the being on the side, being in the party of bigots, of homophobes, people who literally pass laws to oppress gay people. And also, that brings back some questions about Nestor. You guys remember Matt Gaetz' adopted son, who he didn't actually adopt, who's been living with him? Nestor? I'm not saying anything untoward is going on. I'm just saying that some people now, because of this latest information, are starting to ask more questions about why this kid has been living with Matt Gaetz this whole time when he's not adopted. What is the situation that led to Matt Gaetz living with this pool boy, basically? Don't know, folks. Once again, no speculation. I'm just asking questions. Isn't that what conservatives say all the time? Is that what they do? But just to show you the hypocrisy of it, folks, imagine it was somebody on the left who it was rumored was gay and then had this adopted son who wasn't actually adopted, who lived with him. Imagine the kind of shit conservatives will be saying about them. We don't have to actually imagine, period. Here's the Hodge twins posting the story I've shared multiple times of the gay couple who abused their kids. Now, just to show you guys I'm not a hypocrite about this, I covered this story before any of these people did. I was one of the first people to cover this story because I'm not afraid to cover this shit regardless of who's doing it. Gay, straight, it don't fucking matter. I'll cover it. The hypocrisy comes in when you see that they only cover it when it's gay folks. You think the Hodge twins ever post anything about all these preachers, all these priests molesting these kids everywhere? Do they ever fucking mention it? Do they ever mention all the straight people molesting kids constantly? Hell no, they don't. But a gay couple does it. They're Johnny on the fucking spot to use them as an example of what a gay couple adopting kids is like. Because this is how the fucking game is played. Straight people are not to be held accountable for what other straight people do, but gay people, they're responsible for anything a gay person does that's bad. Unfortunately, it's very effective to their Chud fan base. And they are not a serious party, folks. This is the kind of thing the GOP is concentrating on. This is the House Judiciary GOP, their official account, tweeting stuff like, the left made M&Ms and Splash Mountain woke. The life expectancy in this country is plummeting. Homelessness all over the place. People food insecure. We don't have socialized medicine. Yet this is what the highest political body in the land is focusing on. At this point, we sort of deserve whatever the fuck we get. It's not serious. It's a big, dark joke. And speaking of which, I talked about this in the last show, but this video illustrates perfectly how these right-wing narratives are affecting the fringes of the right-wing community. Case in point, this is the guy who lost his election, but now conservatives, when they lose elections now, they require participation trophies, I guess. They just claim, we didn't lose. We were robbed. It was rigged against us. And then the crazies actually go out and commit violence, like this dude.
Mexico in a landslide, showing up at the homes of state and county Democratic leaders after the election, angry and falsely claiming the election was somehow rigged.
Hi, my name's Solomon Pena.
Police say 39-year-old Solomon Pena arrived at this home looking for one of his alleged targets. Police say over the course of 4 weeks, 4 homes were sprayed with bullets. In one home, blasting right through a state lawmaker's 10-year-old daughter's bedroom. All of these homes where Democrats live. Police say Pena hired hitmen to take aim at the homes, and that Pena fired at one of them himself. Tonight, Pena is under arrest. Police and SWAT teams moving in 24 hours ago in Albuquerque. Officials saying the failed Republican politician was an election denier who police say hired those 4 hitmen, paying them with cash and providing them with weapons.
These shootings were orchestrated. They were dangerous attacks, not only to the
Mexico in a landslide,
just
showing up at the homes of state and
all this stochastic terrorism has real world effects, and that's what we're seeing here. Yes, not everybody who listens to you is going to go out and commit crimes like this, but the fringes absolutely will, and they know they will. They count on it. They want to keep us afraid. And Dark Matter, 2525, love your cartoons, Dark Matter, does an excellent job here of pointing out how fake outrage spreads. He actually doesn't get this story 100% correct, but I will get it 100% correct. So Dark Matter says, here's how fake outrage spreads. A single tweet with 55 likes from a small account calls the song Natural Woman harmful. Sky News video comes out saying the woke deem Natural Woman offensive. Clown World tweet blames trans community and gets 16,600 likes and 1.3 million views. It's exactly how it works. So, first off, Dark Matter didn't mention this, but I will. Transcultural Mindful Alliance, TCMA, is a parody account. This is not even a real account. So as a joke, they tweeted out Aretha Franklin's 1968 song, Natural Woman, perpetuates multiple harmful anti-trans stereotypes. There is no such thing as a natural woman. This song has helped inspire acts of harm against transgender women. TCMA is requesting it is removed from Spotify and Apple Music. And then you outsiders, woke takedown of Natural Woman song. Aretha Franklin song Natural Woman deemed offensive. Here's Sky News. Aretha Franklin song Woman deemed offensive. 16,000 likes, 1 million views. This is how the game is played. They post shit from parody accounts, don't tell you it's a parody, and rile up and fearmonger the idiots that listen to them and believe them. This is why we have morons boycotting drag queen story hours. This is why we have the idiot go murder, 5 people at Club Q because of shit like this. This is all they have. They have to lie. And they weren't the only ones to spread this. Here's the New York Post. Aretha Franklin song, A Natural Woman Blasted by Fake Transgender Activist. Now, at first they posted this by letting people know it was a fake transgender group. They eventually did update it, but the vast majority of people who just read this headline are going to walk away and believe the woke now are attacking Aretha Franklin's song when no such thing is happening. But this is how these lying motherfuckers operate. And yes, fact check, was Aretha Franklin's A Natural Woman song deemed transphobic? No, it wasn't. It was a Twitter parody account, you lying sacks of shit. And you guys hear about Tony Dungy? Former NFL coach Tony Dungy, and now I guess he works for NBC, calling games and shit. He decided to spread the debunked bullshit lie that they're putting litter boxes in the bathroom of schools in order to belittle and attack trans people. Tony Dungy, responding to Real Daily Wire, says, "That's nothing. Some school districts are putting litter boxes in school bathrooms for the students who identify as cats. Very important to address every student's needs, only that's not true, you fucking moron." Just lying and making that shit up. So then he comes out with this apology after he gets called out for it. But he doesn't actually apologize for lying, for spreading misinformation. He doesn't even admit to doing that. His response is, "I saw a tweet yesterday, and I responded to it in the wrong way. As a Christian, I should speak in love and in ways that are caring and helpful. I failed to do that, and I am sorry." That is not what you should be apologizing for. As Him at Meta points out, he's not apologizing for spreading a right-wing lie or explaining why he fell for it or promising to stop trusting conservative propaganda. Even worse, he's using his Christianity to distract from taking responsibility because they never fucking take responsibility. It's never their fault. He's never going to admit he was wrong. Instead, "I just wasn't a good enough Christian." No, you're a fucking moron who believes God did anything and will spread it and not take responsibility for it or have any kind of self-reflection at all. And learn from this so you don't do it in the future. Because that's what you fucking conservative shitheads are. Fuck Tony Dungy. NBC should fire his ass, but they won't. And this source should be a beyond parody, folks, but instead I put it in the Chud Watch. This is just straight up fucking racism. Here's Tucker Carlson. He's going to play this clip of this very smart black lady, Representative Sheila Jackson Lee. And she is very, very calmly, intelligently explaining the white supremacist power structure that is in place in this country. But before he even plays the clip of it, he's going to accuse her of shrieking about racism. Because not only do they do this to anybody trying to educate about social justice, they also do this to women to make them seem like they're hysterical. So that you set aside whatever they're saying before you even hear it. You can give yourself permission not to even listen because Tucker Carlson has told you she is shrieking about it. Now let's listen for ourselves and see, is she shrieking?
Sheila Jackson Lee has devoted her entire political career, indeed her entire life, to a single cause, shrieking about white racism. That's what Sheila Jackson Lee does for a living. Here's a selection.
Institutional racism and systemic racism taints and spoils the way that America treats, in one instance, African Americans, and other instances, minorities.
The dastardly impacts of white nationalism, white supremacy, and outright racism. Racism is a national security threat.
Racism is a national security threat.
Racism is a national security threat.
Institutional racism does exist, and until we accept that, we will not finish our job.
We will not elect a chief bigot of the United States of America.
Our system is such that it then allows Americans, people, to act in instances in a racist manner.
Oh my God, calm down, lady. Stop shrieking at me. You're hysterical. You're so emotional. Just what the fuck? Good goddamn. He's basically telling you to believe him over your own eyes and ears. And the sad thing is, the majority of morons that watch him will. So depressing. And did you guys hear about Xbox going woke? Oh no, not Xbox. Now, obviously, this is not true. So basically, Xbox has made a firmware upgrade where the Xbox will go into a power-saving mode when it's not in use. You know, a good thing, a very good thing. Microsoft is rolling out an update to Xbox consoles starting today that will automatically switch them to a power-saving shutdown mode instead of the usual energy-hungry sleep mode, said tech website Ars Technica. So good. Like, who in the world could have a problem with this? You won't even really notice. It just shuts down when you're not using it. Good. So, of course, conservatives had to freak the fuck out about this. They had to fear-monger about this. This is their new moral panic, because this is the kind of shit, this is all they got. Here's the YAF, the Young American Foundation. LOL, now the woke brigade is after video games, all in the name of climate change. Xbox will force gamers to power down. No, they don't. You can literally just go click a box and change it back to the way it was. No one's forcing you to do anything. Touting the first common-aware console. And of course, they were all spreading this narrative, folks. They're all in the same playbook. Here's chud-ass Lauren Chen. This decision was most likely made on one of the company's private executive jets. Got them! What hypocrites they are for making a very slight change that will actually help the environment a little bit. And of course, Congressman Troy Nehls couldn't resist getting in on the moral panic and outrage. He says, they want to take your guns. They want to take your gas stoves. And now they want to take your Xbox. What's next? Oh no, not the Xbox. Just holy shit. But this is all they have. Like I said, they literally don't have any policy positions, nothing. All they can do is lie and fearmonger about the dumbest shit. They are not a serious party. We are not a serious country. And of course, Fox News didn't hesitate to jump on the bandwagon and fearmonger and spread this bullshit. How can this be real life, folks? #1 news channel in America.
That's all I'm
so
saying.
Xbox has also announced they're going woke too, and because of climate change, that they're adding a new feature to their default settings. So if you own an Xbox, you can upload this new program, and it will turn off after so long to save the environment, the power. And also, they're saying the energy-saving shutdown feature is going to have a slower boot time. Ted Cruz writes on Twitter, "First gas stoves, then your coffee. Now you're gunning for my Xbox."
Yeah, I'm sure Ted Cruz plays an Xbox.
Though? Like when we were kids, you were a rebel if you had like a leather jacket and a pack of cigarettes. Now you have like a full-powered Xbox and you're eating pizza rolls on a gas stove. I mean, it's crazy what they're doing, but we understand what this is. It's not that it's actually going to offset emissions. Okay, the level of reduction is infinitesimal, but they're trying to recruit your kids into climate politics at an earlier age. Make them climate conscious now.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. You're right.
I mean, like, even if they were doing that, that would be a good thing, but they're literally not doing that at all. Most kids would not even know this change took place unless you told them, which you are.
For the children.
Of course they are. But again, what's the point of video games? It's for kids to be kids. Now you sit down, pick up a controller, and they're like, by the way, the world's on fire. Ah! You know what I mean? You just want to play the game.
Literally nobody is thinking that. Nobody would even fucking notice. And in my opinion, the point of video games is to... I can't say that. I will get in trouble. I was going to say something about Nazis and, but anyway, moving right along, folks. Bugger-eating Nick Fuentes is back. And, yeah, I appreciate the Right Wing Watch is now using 8 words to describe him. The 8 words: misogynistic, homophobic, anti-Semitic, white nationalist, Christian fascist, incel. That's a mouthful. And, anyway... Basically, they're now in bed with the Taliban, want to turn us into a new Muslim state, I guess.
The Missouri House just passed a rule requiring women members in the chamber to cover their arms. Need this in the U.S. House. We need that in the world. We need that in society, man. I'm so sick of seeing these women everywhere. They should be wearing burqas.
I know, right? There's one thing I hated is women. I hate seeing women everywhere. I'm not gay in any way. Although Hitler is pretty dreamy. I would fuck the shit out of him. I would suck Hitler's dick every day. But I'm not gay, but women. I just can't stand to look at them. Just good God. Conservatives. Just how? How are you a conservative? How? I would not be able to show my face in public. And, did you guys hear about Pamela Anderson is accusing chud-ass Tim Allen of flopping his dick out in front of her on the set of Home Improvement? You know, when she was super hot back in the 90s. He was on the set of Tool Time, which was the name of his show, and unsurprisingly whipped his tool out just in time for her to see it. Anderson starred as Lisa the Tool Time Girl for the show's first 2 seasons. In her memoir, Anderson wrote that she was 23 years old. At the time, Allen, then 37, approached her in our hallway while wearing a robe. He then opened his robe and flashed me quickly, completely naked underneath. Gross. Did he grunt? He said it was only fair because he had seen me naked. Now we're even. I laughed uncomfortably. Anderson wrote an excerpt from the book. He says it's not true, but it does sound like something his dumb ass would do. I guess that's his way of flirting. He's like, I'm the star of the show. Maybe she wants to see my dick. And yeah, that was before you could send women like dick pics on the line unsolicited. So it all adds up. And like I was telling you guys before about how the right wing is not nearly as popular as it seems like they are on social media. Yes, they dominate, but the reason they dominate is because they have billionaires who literally fund them and astroturf everything they do. Case in point, a coordinated group of 4,500 bots tweeted in support of Andrew Tate. Yes, he has a lot of ridiculous supporters. Yes, it's depressing and sad and shameful. But a lot of this shit is absolutely fake. But I mean, it makes sense. The people that have all the money want to make sure they can keep every goddamn dime possible and not pay back into the system. And the way they do that is to make sure right-wing narratives are spread, to make sure right-wingers dominate our social media. So their narratives are all we hear day in and day out. And it is very effective at brainwashing the young. So they're spending tons and tons of money to shove this shit down our throats. This is why Elon Musk has Andrew Tate literally on the front page of my Twitter feed under the educational headline. I got to see Andrew Tate's tweets. Rapist, sex trafficker, con artist Andrew Tate. This is what they're feeding us, folks. And it's all fake as shit. And speaking of Andrew Tate, I got the world's smallest violin playing My Heart Bleeds for You. Apparently, prison not going all that well for him. Andrew Tate moans that his prison cell has cockroaches and lice and bed bugs. Really? Oh. Anyway, maybe next time you might think about not raping women or sex trafficking them or, using them to con desperate, needy, pathetic men out of their money. All of that seems like in the future might want to not do that. But anyway, enjoy prison, fucko. It sounds too nice for you, in my opinion. And moving right along, folks, let's do a little bit of Elon news. Actually, it's been a great week for Elon, sadly. I keep hoping things are going to get worse and worse for Elon, but this week has been great for him. First off, they still bitching about it, folks, even though he's done everything he can to signal boost for people like Cat Turd, who now has 1.3 million followers because of Elon Musk. It's still not enough. Dear Elon Musk, just so you know, the new algorithms are so bad, we might as well be invisible. This is horrible. Got 2.3 million views, folks. get 2.3 million views, and it's still not enough. There's still some kind of conspiracy, according to them, that's keeping people from seeing their bullshit. Just beyond parody. And then, for some reason, known only to him, he decided to bring back booger-eating Nick Fuentes to Twitter. Because that's got to be great for the advertisers, right? And of course, immediately, Nick Fuentes came back and started doing the exact same shit. They got him banned to begin with. So his account immediately got banned again after one day. Why did you bring him back? But here's what he did in the very short time he was back.
And then Ye said that he liked Hitler. Perfectly normal stuff. Am I right? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. We need to make another Biden fart video. Yeah, we love Hitler, okay? Yeah, we're wearing masks and we're wearing rain boots and we fucking love Hitler. And it's way cooler and way more interesting and way funnier than anything you have ever made in your entire life.
Totally.
Bitch. And then Ye said...
Totally, folks, they're so cool and funny and their love for Hitler, it's just so cringy, dude. Like, there's nothing wrong with being edgy, but there has to be something else behind the edginess other than just being edgy for edgy's sake. Otherwise, it's just pathetic and see-through. So, yeah, he got immediately banned from Twitter again, but he was on there long enough. And imagine you're an advertiser, and your ad gets shown underneath Nick Fuentes praising Hitler. Why would anybody want to advertise on a site that allows that to happen? Well, just as you might imagine, they don't. Twitter ad revenue drops 71% in December from the year before. Advertising spend on Twitter Inc. dropped by 71% in December, data from an advertising research firm showed, as top advertisers slash their spending on a social media platform after Elon Musk's takeover. But here's the thing. He doesn't seem to care. I'm starting to think that Elon Musk sees Twitter as something he can just pay for out of his pocket. He doesn't care. It's losing billions of dollars a year. That's chump change to him. As long as he gets to turn it into a right-wing echo chamber. As long as his buddies like Cat Turd continue getting millions of views. As long as the right-wing narratives continue to get spread, what does he give a fuck? Because as this week showed us, he isn't hurting for money. Tesla has gone up almost 40% this month. 32.38% in the last month. Tens of billions of dollars for this piece of shit. So in this goddamn trash world, he doesn't even have to care if he chases every advertiser away from Twitter. He doesn't have to care if he platforms people like Nick Fuentes. There are no ramifications for it. He is still rewarded. And it's sad as shit, man. I so wish there was some kind of alternative to Twitter that would pop up and be useful and as good, but they're just not, unfortunately. We're kind of forced to use it, just like I'm forced to use YouTube, because there's nothing better in this goddamn trash world. And all right, that is my Chud Watch. Let's see what you dirty, sexy pools have to say. Cat Turd, yep. The best of the best on the conservative side, always. They're so edgy. They're so cool. He has the funniest shadows on YouTube. We have the best community by far. Like, I'm moderately good at doing this, but what makes the show so good is that I'm talking about so many different topics, and then you guys get to discuss the topics with yourself, make jokes about it amongst yourself in the chat. You guys make it what it is. It's not just the greatest show on earth because of me. It's the greatest show on earth because of you. He doesn't care because when companies lose money, they use that as a tax write-off. Yep. He's going to be rich regardless of what happens. So what the fuck does he care what he does to the rest of society? And he keeps getting rewarded for it. So it sucks. My profile name is green now. Hell yeah. Is that because you got gifted a super cool Dust Buddy account? That dude rocks. This was soul cleansing. Hell yeah, it always is. And folks, who loves overtime? You love overtime. And yeah, I got like a 20-minute late start to the show, so I wasn't kind of the first 20 minutes. But now it's 10:30, so we're at least 10 minutes into overtime. And fuck yeah, reward me for overtime. Get your super chats in. Still plenty of show left to go. Look at all this, folks. Look how much show I got for you. Maybe I'll skip some of this. And I'm going to do a show on Friday. I'm planning on doing a show on Friday. So maybe I'll skip a little bit of this and do it on Friday. Maybe I'll do this one because this one's supposed to go in the what the fuck section and I fucked it up. I didn't put it there. Yeah, let's go ahead and skip over a couple of these. Friday's only a couple days away. You guys can wait till Friday. But let's go ahead and do the Beyond Parody section, folks. Because it's my favorite. I would never skip that. I love you too much. So let's do it. It's Beyond Parody. Where's the button? Oh, here it is. Beyond Parody! Starting out Beyond Parody on a good one. Apparently, Louis C.K. was on the Joe Rogan show, and then right to Joe Rogan's face, just blessed him out. Called him out on his bullshit. And unfortunately, whoever made this clip didn't show Rogan's response. Rogan just basically changed the subject real quick. Didn't acknowledge what Louis C.K. said. But here's Louis C.K. calling Joe Rogan out to his face.
The way the earth and the experience of like competing for food and oxygen and living on Earth, you know, and living in society and just being a person, we've got to some altitude here where we're having some stupid conversations that are just, you know, should I do a cold plunge or a sauna? Like, what the fuck is that? It's not that, like, it's not you should be ashamed because people can't afford it. I feel sorry for the guy in that conversation. It's like it's a ridiculous trying to find just the right balance because there's nothing really challenging you because you don't have any real problems and you're not on the earth. You're not standing on the earth anymore. You're in a bubble where you sort of like, maybe I'll try this and maybe I'll just do protein now and I'll do, you know what I mean? And you'll never find a balance because that's not a normal life. That's not organic living. That's not living like a human being, you know?
Nailed it!
The earth and
way to call him out right to his face. Yeah, you live in a bubble, Joe. You're not even a real person anymore. You got all that fuck you money and you don't have to worry about normal things like a normal human being anymore. And so your conversations are just stupid as fuck now. Nailed it. Yeah, ouch. Apply water to that burn. And did you guys hear about M&M's? Now, I agree with Bo in the fifth column. What's up, Bo? Apparently, M&M's is noticing all the right-wingers calling them out for being too woke, and they decided to pull back on their spokes candies. But I read this exactly the same way as Bo did. This is satire. They are making fun of the conservatives who are outraged by their candies. So M&M's put out this press release that said, America, let's talk. In the last year, we've made some changes to our beloved spokes candies. We weren't sure if anyone would even notice, and we definitely didn't think it would break the internet. But now we get it. Even a candy's shoes can be polarizing, which was the last thing M&M's wanted since we're all about bringing people together. Therefore, we have decided to take an indefinite pause from these spokes candies. In their place, we are proud to introduce a spokesperson America can agree on, the beloved Maya Rudolph. We are confident Miss Rudolph will champion the power of fun to create a world where everyone feels they belong. But of course, right-wingers hate Maya Rudolph. So clearly, I think it's a fucking joke. It's satire. But I did see a lot of left-wing accounts talk about how they were disappointed because they thought M&M's was bowing to the right-wingers who have a problem with nothing, you know, who are making a big mountain out of a molehill. But like I said, I think this is a parody. I think they're just making fun of it. That's my take on it. And Not to be outdone, apparently, A&W decided to jump on the bandwagon of this satire. A&W posted a very similar press release, same background, that says, America, let's talk. Since 1963, Rudy the Great Root Beer has been our beloved spokesbearer. We knew people would notice because he's literally a 6-foot-tall bear wearing an orange sweater. But now we get it. Even a mascot's lack of pants can be polarizing. Therefore, we have decided that Rudy will wear jeans going forward. Not to worry, though. He will remain our official spokesbearer. After all, he is unbearably cute and impossibly to replace. We are confident Rudy will continue to champion good food and good times for many years to come. Now in denim. And they literally had to clarify, this is a joke, folks. We're just kidding. But it was too late. The right-wingers already grasped onto this and used it to spread moral panic and fake outrage. Here's Fox News. Rudy the Great Root Beer has been the company's mascot since 1963. Fur coat and no knickers, A&W Root Beer is the latest company bowing to woke. Oh no, they are woke now, putting denim jeans on their bear for some reason, because you can't get any more woke than pants, I guess. I don't know, don't think about it. It's woke and it's scary, that's all you need to know. So, be on, Birdie. As always, Fox News. And then, folks, you know what you really should be afraid of? And you might think this is just fear-mongering. You might think it's just a moral panic that's just absolutely ridiculous in every fucking way. You might think only a goddamn moron would believe this is true for a fucking second. But you will be wrong, because Tim Pool wouldn't lie to us. Tim Pool wouldn't fear-monger in order to make a buck. Here is what he's trying to scare his fan base with now, folks.
The AI that will likely control the world is being programmed on a woke internet. The people who are running the machine, and the woke know this, have excised moderate worldview, regular old normal person. And they've made sure that the only thing that goes uncensored is wokeness. And this spells apocalypse, my friends. Really does. I want you to imagine a world where cars are driven by AI under woke ideology. And I'm sure the woke people are thinking that this will be great. Everyone will be holding hands. Now here's what'll happen. You'll take your phone and you'll go to your rideshare app and you'll be like, need a ride for me and my friends. And then it'll be like, please list your friends. And you'll go, Tim, Jordan, Nathan, Ricardo. And then it's going to be like, Jordan and Ricardo, Black, Latino. And it's going to be like, we provide safe spaces in our vehicles. A second car will be arriving for your black friend. And you're going to be like, we're cool to ride together. And it's going to be like, no, white people should not take up black spaces. The left won't admit it. And it's probably because they're in a cult. But the segregation stuff is legit. It's real. It's happening. Okay?
Totally, folks! The woke AI is going to make sure that you can't ride in cars with your black friends anymore. This is definitely gonna happen. This is not just ridiculous bullshit made up by a fucking idiot. One of the most popular right-wing influencers in the world, folks. Multi-millionaire. Dude makes tens of millions, millions and millions of dollars every year with shit like this. It's just so depressing, but you can't take it seriously. It's a dark comedy. This whole fucking thing can't be real life. I don't believe it anymore. And then, speaking of beyond parody, folks, I'm convinced this guy wants to be like the Joker from the new Joker movie. Just the worst comedian in the world. Holy God.
Pronouns have become an issue. Mahi mahi is now pronounced mahi, him, her, ex. So be prepared for that at the grocery store, everybody. Your receipts are now longer.
Yikes! Don't ever do comedy again! What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm surprised somebody didn't post that Joker meme. Where's the Joker meme? It's got to be down here somewhere. There it is! Yep! There it is. Why aren't you laughing? That was so hilarious. Funniest guy ever. And then on Beyond Parody, folks, you know it's really hard being a white person in this society. It's true. If you don't believe me, let's let white nationalist Lauren Wentz explain it to us.
We are the most persecuted people in America. I have never in my life felt so persecuted as a white person. I've never been so scared to have white children in the future because I'm like, this is only going to get worse. And not a single politician will say the word, this is anti-white. And I see the direction it's going, and it's not going to get any better. And until we openly embrace and stand up for the fact that we as white people have a say, we helped build this country. We were there in the beginning. We discovered this country. We built it from the ground up. We should have a say. And we should.
Right. We discovered it. There was nobody here. We just came here and all our own, no help from anybody, just built it. Nobody worked for free. There was not an entire society already here that had the pass cut for us and agriculture. None of that. Just all white folks. It's so hard being white. Holy God. So whiny. Man, I talk about this all the time, but I live in an all black neighborhood. Me and Jeff, we're the only white people here. I live in a town that's 55% black, but the community I live in around here is 80 to 90% black. When I go places, I'm usually the only white person around here. And I have never once felt like I was in danger. Literally, not a single unkind word has ever been said to me. I have zero fear of being a white person in this community. So I can only imagine how easy it is for most people, most white people, who are in communities that are mostly white. It's got to be even way easier for you. Just eternal victim complex. It's absolutely ridiculous. Whiny piss babies. And folks, you know who's gone woke? Pink Floyd. Fucking Pink Floyd. They just released a picture for their 50th anniversary of Dark Side of the Moon. And guess what they added to the picture of their 50th anniversary of Dark Side of the Moon? A rainbow! They added a rainbow! And a lot of people notice their wokeness. Michael Roper says, "What's up with the rainbow?" And Wild Bill's like, "Lose the rainbow. You're making yourself look stupid." Yeah, you look stupid, Pink Floyd. What is that, Pink Floyd? What a disgrace. From this moment, I don't even listen to this band. David Tubman said, "Are you going woke with the rainbows? Is there a straight flag? I want equal representation. Don't get me wrong. We should all be true to who we are. Peace." That's right, fucking Pink Floyd with your woke ass. I can't believe you're using a rainbow on the 50th anniversary of your, that was always on your cover? You literally used the rainbow for the last 50 fucking years and it literally has nothing to do with any of this goddamn bullshit? Oh my. Who could have possibly seen that coming? Man, can you imagine if this whole culture war had been around in the biblical days? They'd be like, God is sending a rainbow to promise he won't flood the earth again? Really, God? Really? God gone woke as shit. I was gonna believe in you, God, and worship you, but now I can't. Fucking get woke, go broke, God. Just beyond fucking ridiculous. How can anybody take conservatism seriously? And, all right, I'm going to skip past this one. Skip past that one. Let's go ahead and finish it off, folks, with a couple more here. What is this one? Let's see. Oh. All right, so January 6th insurrectionist Richard Barnett was found guilty on all charges, gonna do some fucking jail time, but he was unfairly tried, folks. He didn't get a fair trial. The government lied. They lied, folks. They didn't tell the truth. about what he was actually saying. Yes, he was in the Capitol building. And yes, he did leave a note for Nancy Pelosi when he was sitting at her desk. But the media has lied about what the note said. The media claims that the note called Nancy Pelosi a bitch. But instead, he called Nancy Pelosi a biatch, which is way different, way less bad. Let's let them explain it to us.
We're going to leave that there for obvious reasons. Stephen?
Okay, fair enough. Gentlemen, we have a few more things to get through, and I appreciate that you have both of your attorneys with you. You left a note, Richard, for Nancy Pelosi, and we actually have it, and I know that this has been submitted and reviewed by the authorities. Hey, Nancy, Big O was here, and I know, Richard, that's your nickname. And then it's signed, or Big O was here. There are two interpretations of the next word. It could be biatch or B-I-T-C-H. Which is it, and what is the significance of that, please?
This comment and the interpretation of this has been interpreted completely differently than how it should and how our papers laid it out. The government used this as an exhibit and as their first focal point in trying to show that Richard was dangerous. We simply pointed out, as Joseph and I do in our cases, we pointed out that there was a misrepresentation on how that was specifically quoted. And we are going to continue to do that throughout the entire course of this case, no matter how minute that point is.
Okay, and I understand. The government said, I'm just going to say the word bitch, that he wrote bitch, B-I-T-C-H, and he actually wrote biatch, which would be less inflammatory, perhaps a little bit nicer, more slang, not as vulgar. And that's interesting. Some people are laughing at it. I think it's a valid point. I want to go to you, sir.
That's right. It's a valid point. The media is lying, folks. The media is misrepresenting what he said, okay? He said biatch, and he didn't say bitch, okay? Totally taking him out of context, totally misquoting him. It's a good thing there's not a video from the day he did it where he explains exactly what he meant. Oh, there is? Oh, my.
Office? Yeah, that's my freaking office. How'd you get it? I didn't steal it. I bled on it because they were fucking macing me and I couldn't fucking see. And so I figured, well, I'm in her office. I got blood in her office. I'll put a quarter on her desk, even though she ain't fucking worth it. And I left her a note on her desk that says, Nancy Big O is here, you bitch. Office? Yeah,
Well, it doesn't seem to go along with what you're claiming now, does it? Hey, isn't that perjury or some shit? Just saying. You might not want to record your crimes on video in the future if you get out of jail. And I'll do one more. Let's finish with this one. Why not? Do the rest of them on Friday's show, folks. So speaking of Beyond Parody, folks, I don't know why some black guys decide to act like this. I guess it's because the environment that they're brought up in brainwashes them into this toxic masculinity where they feel like in order to be accepted as a man, they have to act in this very ridiculous, stereotypical way where they get money and all this bullshit. Well, anyway, apparently this guy got him some money. Let's see how that ends for him.
I'm on my white boy Tyler shit, man. I already know, man. Fuck niggas catch up, man. You fuck niggas catch up, man. We getting money over here, man. We got so much of this shit called money. We getting money over here, man. Y'all already know the story, man. Free the guys, man. R.P. the bro, man. Hey, that one time you fucking cutting up on my shit. Y'all already know the story, man. Give you some money, now you gonna forever be broke out here, man. You hear me? I gonna forever be broke out here, man. Straight up, man. You fuck these catch up, man. You fuck these catch up, man. This shit don't stop, man. This shit don't stop, man.
Ketchup or something?
Hold on, man. Hold on, man. This shit don't stop.
You got it even more. It don't stop, y'all. It don't stop ever. He got so much money.
Man, this shit don't stop, man. We got plenty of this shit, man. This shit don't stop, man. Shit don't stop, man. It's the first of the month.
Occupants of 5215 Amazon Avenue, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. We have a search warrant coming to the front door. Occupants of 5215 Amazon Avenue, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. We have a search warrant coming to the front door.
Okay, apparently this shit do stop. That is my understanding of this. Maybe don't steal money and then brag about it on video. Once again, seems like a bad idea.
SWAT.
Hold that. Good news is, in prison, I'm pretty sure they have ketchup. So, he's fine. He'll be good. And, all right, that's my content, folks. Got to do the rest of it on Friday. Probably going to be a short show on Friday, but I'm going to do it because I'm so happy to be back with you guys, if they don't ban me. So, let's go ahead and read some super chats to finish this off with. Glenn Goss, I don't want to live in the world without the Dusty Smith Show. Hey, well, you don't have to. You might have to live in a world without it on YouTube, but I'm always going to be here forever and ever and ever on account of my immortality. Stabby Cat, so now you're back from outer space. Hell yeah. I was doing the drops of Jupiter. Tell me why. Keep it low, 1972. I forgot the lyrics to that song. The only way conservatives get ahead is by lying. True story, keep it lover. That's all they got. Ezra Kaprasik dollar. Thank you, Ezra. Appreciate it. Jason Anderson, forget gay. Matt Gaetz has an underage press secretary. He got all kinds of problems, to be honest with you. Urban Moss, $10. The Daily Wire is a money laundering operation for sure. I mean, the right wing is a grift, but no way they make enough to blow on a movie and offer Crowder $50 million. They don't even have to, though, because the billionaires that fund them could just burn money. They don't give a shit. They already have more money they can spend in multiple lifetimes. They don't care that they're losing money at the Daily Wire. Is Trump vaxxed? Won't he infect everyone there? Yes, he is vaxxed. Good point, but they don't care. Don't bring logic into this. Logic has nothing to do with any of this. Kimber Lover, I just asked Alexa, seriously, who is YouTuber Dusty Smith? And it told me about you, but I referred to another Dusty Smith when I didn't say YouTuber, and I got another person. Yeah, apparently there's a real estate agent that's name is Dusty Smith that owned the Dusty Smith domain for a while. Conservatives are more predictable than the weather. Hell yeah. Lie when the truth work better. Floyd Fluff and Stuff. This reminds me of my favorite classic Godzilla movie. Destroy all monsters. Shapiro is Mothra. Yup. Let them fight. Keeper Lover. If it doesn't make a profit, the conservatives want nothing to do with it. I don't even think they care, as long as they make money. David Packman is also experiencing suspicious YouTube difficulties on his channel. Yeah, I saw that video where he said they're basically shadow banned him, sort of. It's a different thing than I had, though. Coincidence, since he also owns the right. Collab, perhaps? I don't think David wants anything to do with me, but we'll see. I might do a collab with Amazing Atheist, though. Me and him are talking on private messages now, so we'll see what happens. Ben Davis, $3. Very generous, Ben Davis. How you doing tonight? Love you, dude. Keep it lower. Okay, I'm not going to. Rolling Stones. Okay. Thank you, Kubert. Ezra Patrick, $10. The only true light is the light of logic and freedom. Hell yeah. Logic has changed my life. All logic is the examination of the evidence and reasoning based solely upon evidence, what is more probable to be true than not. That is how you should rule your life. DeMickey, baby, is awesome. DeMickey? Who DeMickey? I'm lost. Shoegazer Productions, $10. Yesterday was my birthday. Hey, welcome. Happy birthday, Shoegazer. Welcome back. Have you looked into talking to the Lost Media Wiki for any of your missing videos? They're not missing anymore. I'm back, baby. They might help you archive your stuff if you ever get permanently removed. All right, I appreciate that. If I need that, I will look into it. Keep donating so Dusty can never stop talking. Oh, I'm never going to, but yes, definitely keep donating. Anything pop up? Jacob Bowers, we get Dusty buddy. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club. Spam the chat with impunity. Jacob Bowers, appreciate you. And all right, folks, this week I've been watching The Last of Us. You guys seen The Last of Us? Amazing show. Fucking Last of Us. Highly recommended. Don't know if you guys have seen that yet, but great show. I hate it though because you can only watch like one episode a week, and I want to binge watch the whole goddamn thing. So I'm sort of sad about that, but great show if you haven't seen it. What else I've been watching? I guess that's the only thing good I've been watching lately. So, no heroes this week. That's it for me, folks. The first episode of The Last of Us was fantastic. The second episode was good, too. Both episodes are very good. Great show. A collab between you and Jimmy Snow. Jimmy Snow does not like me. So, I don't foresee that happening. Welcome back, homie. Thank you, Anthony Cannon. I sure appreciate you. Did you see the menu? I actually watch the menu. No, I'm thinking of the bear. Is the menu and the bear the same thing? Is it where he has the restaurant called the Bear? I thought that show was called The Bear. Is it called The Menu? Let's see. I think I literally watched that again this week. It's got the guy who plays Lip on. Oh, no, that's a totally different show. Okay, no, that's a horror movie, The Menu. I'm thinking of The Bear. I watched The Bear again this week. It was pretty good. The Bear's a good show if you haven't seen that yet. Really fast-paced. The Menu. A young couple travels to a remote island to eat at an exclusive restaurant where the chef has prepared a lavish menu with some shocking surprises. All right, got a 7.2 on IMDb. That's pretty good for a horror movie. I will check that out. Thank you for the recommendation. No, that's not it. I know now. I looked. Dusty, I was censored. I'm sorry. I couldn't read it because it was too censored from me. Yeah, they should have dropped the whole season of The Last of Us so we could binge it. That would have been way better. I got sucked into that show. Oh, I watched the new That 70s show, which is called That 90s show now. It's pretty good, actually. It was like way better than I thought it was going to be. I only watched like the first 3 or 4 episodes, but the first episode was actually pretty funny. It had the original cast from That 70s show return, a lot of them, and they had great lines. So I hadn't seen that. Pretty decent. And all right, folks, please hit the like button before you go. Please consider supporting me on Patreon. Patreon.com/podcast. There's a link in the description of this video, and there will be twice weekly Patreon-only content starting Monday. So you guys are going to want to see that, right? Like, you don't want to live without seeing everything I do. What kind of life would that be, really? That would just be sad, and you don't want any part of that. So become a patron. Tell your friends about the show. Please hit the like button before you go. Also, please leave comments. If you're watching the video back on replay, just leave a comment. It don't matter what you say, but something nice would be good. How cool my hair looks or whatever. I don't give a shit. Say something mean. It don't matter. The algorithm doesn't care. Love the shit out of you guys. I will be back Friday for a short show. So be sure to tune in then. Thank you for everybody who very generously donated to the show tonight. You guys have been great tonight. You guys really helped me out, make up some of the money I lost from the last 2 months, and it's greatly appreciated. You guys are awesome. I'll see you on Friday. You guys have a good 2 days before I'm back. Love the shit out of you, and as always, till next time, Logic. Fuck the fuck, yes. And all right, let's play some, I guess we'll play Little Brother to play us out with. Let's play Funky Tongue.
It's the Funky Tongue. Are you ready, boys?
Good to see you here, Mansco.
Cause it's time to rip the roof off and make some noise. What? Are you ready to get funky jams?
I know I am. Bust it. My funky tongue's like a fire that was wind with desire, and they all scream my name as the flames rise high. It's hard to explain, it's like a state of mind, but don't grab my dictionary, cause I can't be defined, and I'm so damn refined, I just like I come from France, and my kid is a dictator and live down in my pants, so don't miss your chance, just jump on in, I'll do it like just do it with your moment of sin. Come on, girl, let me treat you like a lady, cause you know I'm gonna drop the bomb. Come on, girl, let me make you my baby. And see if you can handle my fucking young girls next to me. I will show you ecstasy. We can rewrite history and start out ancient mystery.
Gotta hit it instantly. There's so much intensity.
Your body will be quivering with my tongue just a step. Break it down. Good night, y'all. Cunnilingus.
So tell me, are you ready? Can you handle it? Can you handle it? Can you handle it? Can you handle it?
Break it down now.